record. We're recording. And I'm also recording all these sessions that we'll be posting to a YouTube channel so that you can watch this. Now, it's going to be pretty boring to watch 3 hours of us on video, so I encourage you to stay to class. But this is the thing, you guys, this is a test. We've never tried to do this before. It is very hard to get engaged when you're not in this room. And what will happen is, at the end of week 2, you hit the wall. Who knows what the wall is of Ignite? Anybody know what the Ignite wall is? It's when you're sick and tired of coming to class, and you're starting to get business, and you're starting to roll, and you go, I can just miss this one time. And then you miss the next time, and then you miss the next time. And then by the last day, we have 1 person in class. It happens every single time, every single time. So you guys, the reason they do Ignite like this is because as you find in your business, it will be very difficult for you to keep doing your lead gen every day. Because you'll find out someone wants to have your house opened, or someone wants to show a house, or you have a soccer game, or you're going to hurry and get the laundry done, or whatever it is. It's just life. Life will happen and business will happen. And they will want to do it every day, and you'll want to get it done first thing every day. You'll say, oh, I'm just going to hurry and get that done right at the beginning of the day, right? Don't we want to do that? Don't we want to try to get what we need to get done important right at the beginning of the day so it's all set? What I need you guys to implement is lead gen is more important than anything else that you're going to do, including the home inspection, including showing homes, including anything else. And Ignite is trying to get you in the habit of taking those couple of hours at the beginning when you're busy and doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it is difficult. Can anyone attest to this? Can I get an amen to that? Amen. Holy cow. It is so difficult. And I don't know how many times I can say it. And right now, you're feeling like, oh no, I'm not going to let that happen. Oh no, I will not. I will not get sucked into that. I won't. But guess what will happen? You will! Because it's inevitable. And that's okay. What you have to do is be consciously fighting against it. So I need you to consciously fight against when you say, oh, I've got something else that come up during Ignite or whatever it is. Now we've made this accessible so you can jump on your phone, you can jump on your computer, you can be in this room. But I will tell you, it is much harder to stay excited about this when you're not in the room. Pocatello's in the room down there. It will be the same thing for you guys. To not get excited, you can come up to Idaho Falls if you want, but get on and make sure to do it. Okay? So in this event Ignite is built so that you guys can get your careers ignited. That's where it came from. It is so hard to get that started, to get that ball rolling and then keep it rolling. Has anyone ever done, well, how many people they're brand new to the business? Oh, wait, let's start this. Okay, I have to do this the correct way. I'm Jessica Cardon. I am the productivity coach / team leader for a while, and I'm going to be running Ignite. The rest of the sessions will also have different instructors, but I am going to coordinate this session. And the reason is that I am meaner than any other teacher you've ever had. And the reason I'm mean is because if you guys don't make money, you don't stay in real estate. And I am mean because there are things that you're going to want to do or you're going to need to do, and you won't want to do them. The fear will creep up. Your limiting beliefs will creep up. You'll be nervous. You'll be scared. You'll be uncomfortable. And I'm going to push you past that and say you're going to do it anyway because this is what makes you money in real estate. And it's not things that you think. And you're the only one holding yourself back. So I am Jessica Cardon. We will be running Ignite Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 to noon. Everybody write this down. If somehow you cannot make it to this room and you've got to jump in from your phone or your home computer, you go to Zoom, ZOOM.us. ZOOM.us, and then you hit join a meeting, and then you enter this meeting ID, 208-569-1670, which is also my cell phone number. Okay? So you can jump into this anytime from that number anywhere. And I will see you that you're on there. I will see. Let's see how we got this. Here we got Amanda Pocatello, Kim. Nice to have you on there. Nice. So we'll jump on. We'll see you on there. That way you can ask questions and you can be engaged in the discussion that way. So, okay. So let's take a few things. Does everyone have their cell phones with them? Did everyone get the email last night from me? Is there anybody that did not? Okay, so let me write down really quick who didn't get that email last night. The reason being is I'm creating a group. I don't have a pen. I came up there. I'm creating a group in right here. In my email and in Keller Williams for everyone that's in this class, and we'll communicate that way.
Jess, I don't have.
No, that's just your drip campaign after you joined. It should have said Ignite Monday morning or something or other like that. So what emails did I miss? So did you guys register online?
Yes, this morning.
So you registered in Eventbrite this morning?
Yes.
I think Justin tried to this morning. Did you guys need to register on Eventbrite? Paula registered you. What was your email address? I thought I manually got everybody in there. What's your? Oh, that's okay. Perfect. What's your email address? I thought I added you. I wonder if I spelled it wrong. No. Jill, you didn't get it? Who else didn't get it? Savannah, you didn't get it?
No.
Savannah, what email address are you using?
It's SavannahKim.
Hey, you know what? Just figure that out. Everybody send me a text. Just send me a text with the email address if you did not get it. Jill, I know I added yours, but I didn't do it right, obviously.
And your cell phone was obviously the idea you just gave
Your
us.
cell phone is the ID. It just gave us 208-569-1670. Yeah, if you did not get it, send me your email address via text. That way I'll go afterwards and make sure you're entered in. Same thing for you guys, if you didn't get it. So the reason I wanted to ask you about the email is we're going to check. Today we're going to load some things on your phone. So I want to make sure you have your app store ID and password. Because that's usually what slows everybody down. I don't know my password to download this. Or I don't know my MyKW password to sign in. So I need everyone to know what that is. So when we take a break, I want to make sure you guys know that because we're going to load everything on your phone so you're ready to go. Because we will be tracking during Ignite. Why do we track? Why do we track the numbers? Why is accountability a good thing, Phil? Because that's the worst, it sounds like. Why is accountability helpful?
It keeps you in the crosshairs of your peers.
Uh-huh. There you go. That's right. It's much easier if someone knows what you're doing to stay doing what you're supposed to be doing. It's when we don't know, it's when someone else says, when we hide from everyone and we say, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and no one can see if I am or I'm not, that we are our terrible boss. Everyone in this room is self-employed, and we are the worst boss ever because we will let ourselves slide. Has anyone ever been a manager of anything, anywhere ever? Been a manager? What happens when your employees are sloppy and they don't do what they're supposed to be doing?
You have to do it.
You have to do it, or what do you do to them? Fire them. Every day at the end of the day, I want you to ask yourselves, if I was my own boss, would I hire myself tomorrow from what I did today? If I won't hire myself tomorrow, because I'm the boss and the employee, we need to reassess. So accountability helps you get into that habit because we are terrible bosses to ourselves. We're terrible. Now, has everybody been on MyKW? Anyone not been on MyKW? Do you have your MyKW username and password? The day you joined, you should have gotten an email. And did you do your Scott Leroy questionnaire yet? Okay, write this down. You need to go to Hallie upstairs. Hallie needs to help you make sure, find your email, get username, because you're going to go into this. And that's probably maybe why I didn't find you. No, you're in there. I found you. We'll see. Okay, so everyone from here, this is how you get to your resources. When you come into education, When you come into the Education tab right here, go to KW Connect. KW Connect, by the way, this is where you find everything you need to know. If you're like, I don't know how to do this, or I don't know how to do this, you come to KW Connect. I don't know how to show a house. I don't know how to do a listing presentation. I don't know how to do a CMA. I don't know how to do my mobile app. I don't, anything like that. You come to KW Connect and you just type in what you want to look for. So we're going to type in Ignite, I-G-N-I-T-E, right here in the search engine and hit go. What comes up at the top are all the Keller Williams things, and then here's everything that other agents have loaded as a result of what they think you might need. So there's resources for all across Keller Williams. So you're going to go right here to Ignite, and you're going to click on Ignite. And then from in here, you're going to click on Materials. And right here is the student files. So if you need your missions, if you need to download the scripts, if you need to do any of that, it's all right there to download. Okay? Now if you go, I think it's in e-learning. If you go into e-learning, here are all the sessions. So we're here in session 1. And when we go into session 1, there's nothing in there. No, I don't need to go. Let's go back to where I need to go back to.
Materials.
Well, yes, but I usually have a big purchase course. Oh, right. Wait. Course info, maybe it's student resources. You know, I'm just making this up as I'm going along, by the way. There it is. So student resources. So right here, every day, am I not sharing my, you guys, I apologize, Pocatello. I'll share my screen. Share my screen. There we go. So I'm going to go out, just, you know, not because I messed up, but because I want to show you one more time. Can you guys see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So from here, education, KW Connect. Then we type in Ignite. And go. Click on Ignite. Scroll down. Here's your student resources. And there you go. So this gets you guys to everything that you need for every session. Everything you need for every session. Oh, you got to come to this side. Come on over. It was nice to sneak in there, though. Come on in. The Atchison spread way out, so just tell them this, you know. So on this here, you guys, so here is mission 1. So for you guys, your missions are due before the next session. So today you're going to need to go in and do mission 1, and then tomorrow you'll do mission 2 because you have to have it done before power session 2. Does that make sense? So mission 1 today, and then you do mission 2 tomorrow to be ready for Tuesday. And then here's your manual, the US manual, you can download that. Now, if you don't want to print out the 70 pages for each session, you just need to come with them accessible. You can bring them on your laptop, a tablet. It is really hard on your phone, but you can do it. Because when there's questions, you have to have something to write on because I'm going to ask you to write down questions and we're going to fill out things. So you got to have something to write on if you want to do electronically. Does that make sense? If you guys have any questions, you can talk to Hallie or Paul at the front and they can help you. But that's where everything comes down to. Every time we come in, you'll have 3 sessions a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You do the mission prior to the session. Any questions? Awesome. Okay, perfect. Inside of the mission, I wouldn't print these out because you'll notice they have links inside them. And they go in and give you videos to watch, and you can click right through those videos. Okay, any other questions on that? Everyone feel like they got how they negotiate around what we're doing? Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We are going to get started. Oh, let's go ahead, you guys. Let's introduce ourselves. Let's introduce ourselves. Ooh, try this. It's going to be exciting. Nope. 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 This one? This one? Oh, maybe this is not going to be as exciting as I thought it was going to be. Okay, we'll see. We'll see there. Pocatello, why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Justin Cole, brand new, and yeah.
That's Justin. Great.
I'm Chris.
Chris Folkrod. She's our PC coach in Pocatello. PC, I shouldn't say PC coach because that stands for productivity coach. You guys are killing me. You got to warm up a little here. Awesome, welcome. All right. By the way, I'm funny, so you're going to need to accept that right now. Let's see. Who else do we have? Amanda, are you on there?
Yep, hi.
There's Amanda. Amanda, how long have you been in the business?
4 years.
4 years. Fantastic. New to Keller Williams, but not new to business.
That's right.
Perfect. Kim. Oh, there you are. There's Amanda. Kim, are you there?
I'm here.
Kim, introduce yourself.
Well, Rose, I've been in the business 3 years, and I work out of the Idaho Falls office.
Fantastic. Isn't this fun? Okay, Idaho Falls. I wish I could switch the camera so that you guys all could be seen. But let's start. Phil, tell us about you.
Been in the business for almost a year.
Okay, awesome. In Idaho Falls. Perfect. Sheila.
Yep, I've been in the business past 2 years, and I work out of this office.
Fantastic. Keep going all the way around.
I'm Jeff Thorne, and I've been in business about a year.
Perfect.
In this office.
Perfect.
Trish Polis, and about 6 months.
6 months. Nice. Okay.
Rachel Atchison, in 8 months.
8 months. Perfect.
Stephen Atchison, almost a year and a half.
Perfect.
Jesse Evans, about 4 or 5 months.
Excellent.
Timothy Cuckoo, and I'm brand new. About business and years.
Excellent.
I'm Brittany, and I'm brand new. I don't have.
Excellent.
I'm Wilson. I'm new. I'm Michelle.
Excellent. Debbie or Michelle?
Yeah.
She goes by either one.
Harley Williams, I'm also new.
Excellent.
From Pocatello.
Excellent.
Matt Dickerson, I'm new. Brian Hanson. Nice to meet you.
No, I'm Savannah Kim. And I think I've been doing it almost a year. I don't know.
I'm Lisa Trainer, and I'm old. 4 years next month here in this office.
So let me ask you something, Lisa Trainer,
Yes.
who I adore. Why are you in Ignite if you're not new?
You know what? I just recently felt like I needed to have a fire lit under me, so I thought I'd come get ignited.
Excellent, excellent. So this is not your first time through Ignite.
This is not.
Do you think it's valuable to go through it again?
I do. That's why I'm here.
That's why she's. So in this, you guys, Ignite is not just for people. It's not going to teach you just if you don't know anything else. And you take it once and you're done. This is something until you're doing as much business as you want to do, you should be in Ignite. Because we're going to push you to do the things you need to do that you aren't doing. Every agent in this office that isn't capping or more, or actually not meeting their financial goals, should be in Ignite. That's my opinion. Because guess what? What did I say? We're terrible bosses. If you're not making enough money, guess what you're not doing? The things you're supposed to do to earn business. Because I will tell you, and I say this all the time and it insults people sometimes, this is not rocket science. Right? How many hours did it take you to learn to get a license? 90? And now you can handle the biggest financial transactions in the world. 90 hours. And do you feel like you were ready to go after your 90 hours? No. You guys are monkeys with guns, right? That's what it is. That's how I tell everybody. I'm like, a realtor is a monkey with a gun. Because you guys have a lot of power and you're just kind of waving it around going, I don't know what I'm going to do. So in this idea is you guys are getting learning and being educated is the key to all of this. So let's get started with our Ignite sessions. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Everybody remotely, are you seeing my slides? Yeah. Obviously. Perfect. Okay, power session 1. Let's get our head in the game. So this will go right along with your manual. We're going to start on page 7. So you're embarking on the exciting and challenging adventure and leaving your former life behind. Get your heart and head in the right place as we begin this adventure. So this is what I want you to do is I want everyone to take a second and write this down. Have you achieved your financial goals in your professional career so far? Why or why not? Have you achieved your financial goals in your professional career? Why or why not? Who wants to share their answer? Who in here has achieved their financial goals professionally? Excellent. Lisa, why have you?
Because I set a goal, and then I decided to act as if I was that goal. So instead of acting like a part-time agent, I decided I'm going to act like a full-time agent who's making X amount of dollars.
Excellent.
And that's my goal.
Excellent. Do you know what that bold law is called?
Go for it.
Anybody?
Focus on expand.
Yes, close. Be, do, have. I will be the person. I will be the person first, and then I will do the things that I need to do, and then I will have the things I want to have. You can't be a have, do, be person. You can't have a do, be, have person. You can't think, oh, as soon as I have what they're upstairs, yes. As soon as I have what Jim Windmiller has, then I'll be the kind of person he is. You know, I'll do, as soon as I do the things that, I'm just going to do the things he does, and then I'll have what he has. In reality, you have to be the kind of person first, which will then lead you to do the things that that person does and have the things that those people have. You can't have it the other way around. That's a huge bold law. It's one of my favorite ones. So, anybody else? Who has not achieved their financial goals? Excellent. What do you think? Does anyone want to share why you think you haven't? Savannah.
I think mine is I really haven't set like goals specifically, and also not
Excellent. Excellent. Somebody else hands.
For me, I think I just don't have the knowledge base yet to really answer those questions and be an effective agent.
Excellent. I think that's a big one for a lot of people. Excellent. Anybody else want to share?
Yes.
Yes, Justin, speak loud.
I'm not very confident in myself yet, and so I'm letting my needs dictate what I'm putting into this right now.
Excellent. Excellent. I think that happens a lot. We feel that urgency for financial or for whatever we want to do, and that's dictating our activities. I think that's excellent. Thank you, Justin. Excellent. Okay, second one. What do you think the one thing that makes a real estate agent more successful? What's the one thing a real estate agent? What is the one thing that makes one real estate agent more successful than another? What do you think that is? Write that down. What's the one thing that makes one real estate agent more successful than another?
Nancy.
Phil disagrees. Phil, what is it?
Lead gen.
Is it just lead gen? Is it lead gen once a month?
No.
When is it?
Lead gen.
Every day. Every day. I want you guys to cross out whatever answer you just wrote, and I want you to write lead gen daily. The reason that is the reason is because even someone without tenacity, without experience, without knowledge, without character, without good looks, without anything, without money, can be successful if they lead gen daily. Now, this is the hard part, you guys. If you don't get that internalized, this gets really hard, this business. But the ones that do get it internalized, they're the ones that succeed. I like to use Jody Holland as a great example of this. Jody Holland says, I lead gen all the time. Every day, that's what's on her mind every single day. And she never thinks to herself, this is not an opportunity to find business. Everywhere she is, at the grocery store, at the soccer game, in her car, at the stoplight, wherever she is, she will tell you, she's thinking, how can I turn this into a lead gen opportunity? Every single day. Now, this is what becomes hard. And this is where you guys sometimes might get the feeling that you're a door-to-door salesman, or you're selling Amway, or you're whatever you are, you got to get all of that out of your mind. Because now you are 100% in charge. If you've never been on self-employed before, you've never felt the pain of it. You are the only one that will bring business in the door. You are the only thing that brings business in your door. So you have to be thinking about that all the time. And I will tell you, my Kicks, who I think might be in the business, one of the longest ones in our office, and does a lot of business, if you haven't noticed, my Kicks. You mentioned seeing him twice, right? 2 times. My Kicks has to lead gen every day. Because no matter how long you've been in the business, the phone doesn't ring without you. Now it might start to do more, but I will tell you, if you want your business to reach where you want it to be, you have to lead gen every single day. So I need you guys to get that in your head, but I don't want you to think of lead gen and cold calling are the same thing. It is not. It is not the same thing. Lead gen is looking for opportunities to talk about real estate all the time. Okay? All right. Next one. Why don't agents do this? Why don't, write this down, why don't agents lead gen every day? Let's get all of this out on the table. Who wants to share? Not committed to time blocking. Why is it time blocking? Why is that a struggle? Everything, right? Everything gets in the way. Exactly right. That's another hand. Stephen.
Squirrel.
Exactly right.
Which essentially is what Phil said.
Exactly right. Next thing. And you guys, squirrels are business squirrels. You'll find out. Next. It isn't fun. This is my favorite line. Lead gen is not sexy. It is boring and monotonous. And the results are a long way off. And they're not, there's no houses involved in it. And I got into this to see houses, right? It is not sexy. It is not sexy. It's kind of like working out. Well, sometimes that's sexy if you see my husband. Thank you. There was a couple jokes. My husband's sexy. So, and this, you guys, it is something you have to do every day so that you have the results. People practice. NBA teams practice every day, 3 to 4 hours. My brother played in the NFL. They practice 9 hours a day for 3 hours on the weekend. And sometimes it's 2 weeks between those games. But every day they go to practice. And every day they bleed and sweat and all of that every day. That's you guys. Because then you
Hey, Jessica,
ready. Yes.
can I share a thought on that?
Yes, please.
So I had an experience this last weekend where for the last couple of months we've been really working hard getting my in-laws moved out of their home. And long story short, my brother-in-law, who I don't talk to very often, they don't even live here, he was being nice and cordial, and he said to me, he said, so how's that real estate thing going? Are you still doing that? And that kind of caused me to think for a second. And I thought, what am I doing? What is it that I've done wrong that my own brother-in-law doesn't understand that this isn't just a real estate thing, that this is a full-time job that my whole heart is into. And I thought, if my own brother-in-law doesn't understand that, who else around me doesn't understand that I'm not just doing a real estate thing? And it kind of opened my eyes for a second. And I think that that's one thing that causes us to shy away a little bit is we hesitate from really putting ourselves out there and letting people know and understand that this is what we do. And we have to get past that fear. We have to make sure that everybody knows that this is what we do. And we can't be afraid to say that.
Yep, that is 100% correct. Thank you for sharing that, Kim. That is totally correct. Is we assume and we keep it inside because we have those nerves. We have those nerves, and we just think everyone knows. Because a year ago I got my license, so everyone should know by now. And I posted something on Facebook once, something like that. So that's true. We have to be disciplined. This is hard. This is the hardest job, but it pays really good, you guys. But it's a hard job. It's a hard job. So we got to be disciplined. Okay, last one. Is your desire to succeed more powerful than your fear from doing the one thing that will make you successful? Is your desire to succeed more powerful than your fear of doing the one thing that will make you successful? Because I will tell you, we'll tell ourselves, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of being successful. No, heavens no, I'm not afraid. Are you? What happens when you are? There's all these things you have to do as a result of that. And if I want to be successful, I have to do things to get there. And those things are uncomfortable because they're not sexy. They're not easy, because drumming up a conversation with your brother-in-law, like Kim said, you probably didn't even think about that. Maybe you don't even like your brother-in-law. Right? I don't know if you guys, right? This is my
No, I actually really don't.
Thank you for being open.
I'm being really honest. I really can't stand the guy, but it's what it is.
I don't like business. You do not want business, you do. You guys, you want everyone's business. So in that reality, when we look at this and we say, okay, what's the problem? The problem is me. If there's ever a problem in your business, I will promise you it's nothing besides yourself. And you've got to get really accountable with that. So, moving on. Who will read this nice and loud for me? Savannah.
You choose Keller Williams as the vehicle to reach your goals. Ignite helps you build the momentum to get you there faster. John Davis, President Keller Williams.
Yep, that's it. And he loves to go fast. You ever listen to John Davis? He is a fast moving machine. So this is the idea. Don't we want to, do you guys want to start making money fast? Well, the drawback to this business is it's 60 to 90 days to get paid. So if you want to go fast, you got to go fast now, and you got to go fast on lead gen. Because if you will start the momentum now, and you start building that 60 to 90 days out, when this starts to roll in, it will keep rolling in. But what happens is we get into that and we find a piece of business and we stop lead genning. And so now we're at the bottom of the hill again. And as soon as we're done with that piece of business, we're at the bottom, we have to try to climb and climb and climb. And then we get a piece of business and we stop lead genning and we end up at the bottom. So in that reality, we're getting paid every 3 months. I don't know about you guys, I do not like to get paid every 3 months. And even though each commission seems to be a big deal, seems to be a lot of money, it's not enough to get paid every 3 months. I want to get paid every day. Would you guys like to make one commission every day? Holy awesome, right? That'd be sweet. How about we back it up? How about just once a week? Do you guys realize how much money that is if you have one closing a week? Who knows what the average commission is? $5,000. So if we had one closing a week, how much are we making per year? Right? Are you guys in for that? So that means we need to have one closing a week. That means we need to have 3 closings in the pot all the time. 3 closings in the hopper. Which means we need to have about 10 clients all the time. That's it. That's a month. Come on. We can do this. It's awesome. Okay. We got to get our mindset in the business of real estate. You're in 2 businesses, you guys. 2 businesses. Lead generation and real estate. You probably didn't realize that when you took the classes. Did anyone realize that they're in a lead generation business when they took classes? Would anyone have taken, you guys did? You knew lead generation was the business you're going into?
I knew that you'd have to somehow get people around you, and it wasn't just going to be.
Is that why you got in there?
No.
No, that's the drawback. Is I did not get into it for lead gen. I got into it for showing houses. I got into it because I love houses. I want to flip houses. I love HGTV. That's my favorite one. I love HGTV, so I got into real estate. Or people say, I've always loved looking at houses. I always enjoyed driving around. I've always had a desire. No one says, ooh, I want to call people every day, all day long. I wish I lived in a call center. That's my dream job. Dream job is going to work every day on the phone. Now, you don't have to lead generate on the phone. But why do you think the phone is why you do it that way the most of the time? Why is that? What is it? It's faster. Savannah, what did you say?
Say faster.
It's faster. You can knock doors all day long. Absolutely you can. How many doors can you knock versus how many people can you call in 1 hour? Right? You can do open houses all day long. Absolutely. How many people do you generally get to an open house? It's a successful one if you get 10. And that's a 2 to 3 hour session, right? 2 is you're like, yes, 2. Right? So in that you can do anything. You can walk the mall. You can do anything. You go to a birthday party. The question is, how can you get the most out of your 2 hours? Because can you do that all day long every day? No, because you got other stuff to do. Crazy stuff to do. Right? If this works, you have something else to do. So you can't spend 8 hours every day looking for business. You got to get it done in 2. And you got to hit your numbers. So let's talk about mindset and attitude. You may think lead generation We'll be making phone calls that are bothering or annoying people, because we all hate telemarketers, right? If you feel that way, especially, we all feel that way, especially when we feel like we're being sold something on the phone. However, when you adopt an attitude of contribution, a significant shift happens in how people react to you. Your change of mindset is the focus. You need to be a mindset of service. But you know what? What if I don't know enough? Right? How can I be of service to them if I don't know enough? Right there is what you got to flip that off. Do you work at Keller Williams? Absolutely. Do you think there's a few people in this office that know enough to help you? Absolutely. So when you look at that and say, I don't know enough, you just need to find the person that needs help. And then you go to get some help. You be the bird dog.
Okay, so tell me, as a buyer's agent, I just kind of went, someone else is lead generating, I need one.
Did you talk to your lead agent about that?
We haven't discussed the whole lead generation.
Yeah, I'm going to pretty much guarantee you saw the lead gen.
Like, but am I less?
No.
Or okay.
No, that's probably the biggest misconception of buyer's agents. Is you still, because what happens is you have to lead gen around the listings. You're in charge of not going out and getting listings and going listing appointments, but the phone calls come in, the follow-up comes in, the open houses come in, the circle prospecting comes in, all of that. You're in charge of generating buyers. Yep, you'll have something to generate it with. So that's kind of nice. Buyer's agent. So in this, you guys need to get over the fear that you need to know everything to lead gen, because that is the thing that will keep you from lead genning. Every single time, because it's a really good excuse. It really is. It feels really good. I don't know enough. I'm going to learn a little more, and then I'll get started. So let's talk about the 6 personal perspective. So Gary Keller developed these 6 personal perspectives because this is how big achievers think. If you want to be a big achiever, this is how big achievers think. So the most successful of this business take a mindset and an attitude, and they keep it every day. And Gary Keller asked a question of 100 top agents. What differentiates those who achieve at the highest level from those who don't seem to accomplish much? There's 3 basic attributes: mindset, attitude, and approach to life. None of those are skills. Mindset, attitude, and approach to life. That was the difference between achievers and non-achievers. Skills are not in it. So let's talk about self-mastery. So self-mastery. This is the possession of great knowledge, skills, and habits that make you the master of you. If you guys want to read a great book, I'll give you books all along the way that I think are fantastic to read. One is Good to Great. There's a saying that good is the enemy of great. What do you think that means? What is good is the enemy of great? Just good enough. That's exactly right. I'm making it. I'm doing okay. So if I'm doing okay and I settle for that, I never become great. I never become great. If I only want to do the sexy things in real estate, I will never be great. I have to do the stuff that isn't just good. I have to do the great stuff. So self-mastery is being committed to doing what you need to do to master yourself every day. Time blocking and sticking to it. Oh my word, hard. Hard, hard, hard. And I'll tell you why it's hard for me. Because I love spontaneity. I love it so much. I love to just run from thing to thing and solve problems. Oh, I get so much, I can do it all day long, right? Well, that does not get me where I want to go. So I have to commit to the boredom of mastery. Gary Keller said that. Commit to the boredom of mastery. And number 1 is, the first one is mastering yourself. Be, do, have. From both. Okay, next is the 80-20 principle. Who can give me what the synopsis of the Pareto's rule 80-20 principle? Mr. Phil.
20% of your activities equal 80% of your soul.
Absolutely. And what sense does that apply? What does that apply to?
Stuff you do in your business.
Just business stuff? Doesn't apply to anything else? It literally applies to everything. So this guy Pareto studied this, and he said he was gardening. And he noticed that he found out these pea plants, like only 20% of them were really producing their fruit. It's fruit, vegetables, whatever, yield. production of whatever beans, what it is. Anyway, so he found that only 20% of the plants, and they came up with 80% of the yield. He's like, holy cow. And then he started to watch other things, like 20% of the bees produced 80% of the honey. He found, and he went through and he started to look at this whole thing, and holy cow, it is everywhere. 20% of the activities in everything usually give you 80% of the results. Now, the key is the activities that they do, those are the most important activities. Everything else is called your 80%. Stephen Covey calls it the whirlwind. Your 20% is your most important, and the whirlwind of life is everything else. Now, it needs to be done, but it distracts you from what gets you the most results. So you have to commit to your 20. What do you guys think your 20 is? You better know the first answer. Lead gen daily. What's the second one?
Script practice.
Ooh, I like that. Script practice is awesome. Follow up. You guys, you'll make money through closing, but you'll get rich through follow up. Give me another one. What else is your job? What's your 20? Going on appointments.
Negotiating.
Negotiating contracts. That's conversion. Exactly right. I got messed up somewhere. Lead generation, lead follow-up, script and role play, getting better at your job, appointments, and going on and negotiating contracts. That is you guys 20%. If you can do those 5 things 80% of the time, you will net the most money. Lead generation, lead follow-up, script and role play, go on appointments, negotiate contracts. That's it. What do you think is the 20 of that 5? What if that's all of it? That's 100%. What's the 20 of those 5 jobs? Lead gen? Is that what you think? Everybody agree?
That's the opening of the funnel.
That's the opening of
If
the
you
funnel?
don't feed that, then the other activities won't matter.
I might disagree. What are you going to say?
I was thinking scripting because
It is
if you don't
scripting.
know what to say.
It is scripting. I mean, everyone hates it because that's the least sexiest of everything. Is scripting and role play. Because if we're not good at it, no matter how much lead gen we do, it just takes longer to get the job. You can still get the results, absolutely. But if you're better at it, it will happen faster. Practicing and script and role play should be your 20%. Because then when I make a call, I close it. When I follow up, I close it. Right? Script and role play. Okay, so that's our 80-20. So we're sticking to our 20. That moves us from E to P. And these are steps. I'm committing to self-mastery. I'm going to be in control and master what I do. I'm committing to sticking to my 20. I'm going to master my 20. And that leads us to E to P. Moving from entrepreneurial to purposeful. Entrepreneurial is when we do everything that we have at our disposal already. So we have already all the knowledge and skills that we currently have in our body, right? So entrepreneurial means we take that and we go as far as we can go with it. I'm entrepreneurial. Now, what happens is we hit a ceiling. When we work in our E, we hit a ceiling of achievement. And there's a couple of things that happen when we do that. We might get a little discouraged. And so we might start to dive back down and our results get less and less. So then we do think of something to do, whatever, and we might go back up and hit that ceiling again. And that's at the point we make a choice. We make a choice. Do I want to push through and move from E into purposeful P? So when I move into P, then I have to do something differently. Because I'm not in what I already have and already have at my disposal. What do I have to get? What do I have to get if I don't have it already? New skills, new knowledge, different. I don't have it, so I need something else, right? So I have to go out and I have to take a class. I have to learn something new. I have to change myself because what I have already isn't getting me far enough. So I move into P. How does it feel when you're doing something that you don't normally do? Uncomfortable, awkward, right? When we're in that weird space of it's not safe, we feel awkward and we're scared. What do we tend to want to do? We want to stop. We want to dive back down into comfort. We want to get back into comfort, what I already know. Now, if we do that and we dive back down into what we already know, what do we hit again? Same ceiling we had before. Because now we don't have any new skills. We just dove back down and said, ooh, I don't want, that was uncomfortable. So then we have to push through again. And now we're uncomfortable again because I'm learning something new. It's not easy. It's not fast. It's not comfortable. So E to P means I need to become comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's where I grow and I shoot off to a new level. Now, what happens when we do things enough that we're uncomfortable or we don't understand? What happens after we do it for a while? It becomes comfortable, right? We're like, okay, all right, right? The first time we get a new phone, it's gonna be like that. Oh, you get your phone, and then we do it for a while, and then what happens when we need to change phones again? Oh, I don't want to get this phone. I know how it works, and I don't want to go to a new phone. But yet we had that same issue when we got it for the first time. So we become purposeful. What happens is as we live in that purposeful, if we don't keep moving up, then we hit a new ceiling. Because now we're in E again. And if we want to get out above that ceiling, what do we have to do? Move back to uncomfortability. So if we are not comfortable being uncomfortable, will we continue to grow and keep reaching higher and higher? No. We've got to be comfortable and uncomfortable. That's living in P, living in my purposeful style. So once we're committed to living in P, I always love to say that. It's funny. So once we're committed, that's what grade school humor. She said P. So we're committed to the purposeful lifestyle. That takes us to the next personal perspective. We become learning based. We become learning based, which means we are an individual that makes the decision to use effective learning as the foundational piece of any action. So we learn. We keep learning all the time. We keep coming back to Ignite. We keep going to classes. We keep going to Bold over and over again, over and over and over again, because we have to be learning based. Otherwise, we're going to live in E our entire life, and we'll just hit the ceiling. We get what we get, right? Keep doing what you're doing, and you'll keep getting what you get. So once we're committed to being learning based, it moves us to the next perspective, which is no limiting beliefs. How many of you guys have ever been in a class where the teacher said something, you felt uncomfortable, and you disagreed? Right? Does that ever go? What usually is the situation around that? How does that work? What happens? When have you been in a class and you kind of disagreed no? What's usually happening? Did you take your own feelings and say, I don't believe that? That doesn't ring true with me. No, what you're saying, I don't know that that's true. Is that generally a limiting belief? You're saying because I've never done it and I don't think that that works, it doesn't. My favorite one, that doesn't work here because we're different. That may work in Chicago, but that does not work in East Idaho. I'm sorry. That's good for you, not for me. You may have to lead Jen every day. I don't. I don't have to do that. Right? That is exactly right. It is literally just a belief. It is not a truth. I just believe it. It's not necessarily true. So you guys will find those limiting beliefs as you go to classes and they say you need to lead Jen. This is the big one. Is everybody ready to be open? That script doesn't sound like me. That doesn't sound natural. It's not natural. It sounds like a robot. That doesn't sound like me. I wouldn't say it like that, so I'm not going to use that script. That is number one going to happen in this next 4 weeks. Because it isn't you. Because you don't sell enough real estate. So you don't get to decide. Because when we're learning based and we're learning what works, you can't say, that won't work for me. Until you sold more real estate than the guy who put that script together, zip it, learn the script, right? But that's how I had to go through because I love to be right. I love to be the one who makes up everything. This is all coming back to me. This is all personal experience. So in this reality, as I said, I don't like that. I don't like that. Most of the time because it's more direct than we would be. It closes when we wouldn't close. And it gets to the point. And we dance around it.
It's like brownies. I had a friend, she was deathly afraid of eggs. And no, she wouldn't use eggs. And I said, well, if you want brownies, you're going to have to learn how to use the eggs. She just had aversion to it. And I just said, either you learn how to use the eggs or you don't. Or you're not going to get no brownies.
Oh my word, that's great. Fantastic. I want brownies, but I don't want eggs. Sorry, tough luck. That's how it works. Right? So you guys need to think about that same idea. When we become a no limiting belief, we don't say that doesn't work for me. I can't do that because this and this and this. You've got to take that away. And you're going to find out you become more effective when you do it the proven way. And then it will become you. This is our mantra in Ignite. Memorize, internalize, then customize. You notice customize is not first. Memorize, internalize, then customize.
There was a study that I read, sorry, this is a little off base, but they had a script and they gave it to some students, and these students were supposed to memorize it, and over each day they were supposed to record their comfort level with doing the script in front of a mirror, saying it out loud. And the first day or 2 or 3, they're all like, this is totally uncomfortable, this isn't me, exactly like that. After the first week, there were comments like, okay, this sounds more like me, this sounds, and they started to believe in the script too. And by the end, when they performed it in front of, their peers, they said it differently, even though it was the same words, but it became them.
In reality, the words need to be the same. You put yourself into the words. And when you believe it is when it comes true. But our limiting beliefs keep us from believing it. And our uncomfortability keeps us from believing it. So we need to get more like that. Removing our limiting beliefs, which leads us to the very last one. The A number 1. Read it out loud, Phil.
Accountability.
Accountability. Admitting that you are in charge of your business and that every single result is your own control. There is never a time you get to say, well, I couldn't control that. Well, it wasn't my fault. Well, if they would have done what they should have done, then I would have been able to do what I needed to do. Accountability. High achievers say, I'm in control. This is the situation, and I will do this. It's never, oh, I can't. I guess I'll just wait and see what happens. Because someone else did this, we have to move out of that. And we go, okay, here's the current situation. This is what I am willing to do. That's accountability. It doesn't mean you're to blame for something. You are accountable for what you do. And everything in your business is a result of you. Come on in, Olivia. You got to sit on this side. Don't even look at those chairs. Come on in. Tammy bites just a little bit. Okay. So we got to be accountable, you guys, because if you think about this, if you say everything in my business is in my control, what happens? What happens if I believe that I control my business? What happens there? Maybe if you do what you need to do, right? But yeah, you control, you become, do anyone like to be in control besides me? I love being in control so much. Accountability gives me that. I'm in control of my business. Now the hard part is when something doesn't go right, it's my fault, right? It isn't my fault. I couldn't change it. It's my fault. What do I do? So I'm accountable that I'm in charge of this. If someone didn't do what they need to do, maybe what I say is, well, I probably didn't give them everything they needed. Or I didn't follow up. I didn't check on that. You don't ever say it's their fault. My fault. What didn't I do to make sure that that happens? And if you do that, your business will change. Okay, so those are the 6 personal perspectives. Gary Keller, how high achievers think. So, let's see. Okay, so career growth initiative. So this leads us to the career growth initiative, which is every Monday from 12 to 12:30. There's a call that they talk about this, but really in essence what the career growth initiative is examining your truth. Examining the truth of your business. How many of you guys have seen anything on the CGI tools? Have you seen things rolling through? You're going to see more of that as we put this out. The idea of CGI is examining your business every day and every month. The real numbers. What are my real numbers? What are my real conversion rates? If I make this many calls, how many of them did I turn into appointments? How many of my appointments turned into contracts? How many of my contracts turned into closings? And then how much money did I make as a result of that? The career growth initiative is reality of examining your business and being willing to do that. So those tools. So you'll hear more about that. We'll get that implemented. I'm going to show you a few things today. So watch for that. Okay, so getting the most from Ignite. So the expectations of this is that everyone will do what they need to do in Ignite and show up every day, every time that we have something to do. That's the expectation. I expect you guys to be in this room or on this webinar Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 to noon. That's just what I'm going to expect of you. So in that, how do you get the most out of this experience? Well, there's 3 kinds of people that attend training. The prisoner. They have to be here. They don't want to be here, and they don't know why they're here. They don't engage. They spend time in class catching up on their emails. They escape time in the hall with their phone. They hold on to all the limiting beliefs when the instructor says, this is the way to do it. They multitask on their computers, and they pick fights with other participants. I haven't had anybody pick fights, but that could happen. When they don't agree, they fight back and forth, right? Or you can be the vacationer. Hey, a day in training is better than a day at work, right? I've said next to a couple of these. You spend time chatting with your neighbor. You're here to have fun, so you distract class with comments and those kind of things. We return late, or they don't show up on time. They're not purposeful in learning the goals. OMG, they spend the day on their smartphones, texting, and on Facebook. I love that one. I wonder that when they added OMG to this. And they aren't paying attention. Or you can be the last one, the explorer. You're excited and curious about new knowledge and skills and what you're going to discover. You listen intently, you participate. You guys, if just sitting there is not going to get this in. If you've got something to say, this is your first time to be in a safe zone to raise your hand and speak up. And I'll talk the entire time consistently, so you're going to have to interrupt me, and that's okay. This is a 3-hour forum. I can literally talk for 3 hours, maybe 5. So, ask meaningful questions and contribute to ahas. When you think of something that rings true to you, write it down. Because at the end of the section, I'm going to ask for ahas. What was an aha for you? What rang true for you in that section? The reason you also do that is it's muscle memory. Getting that embedded into your system to put into application. Arrive on time. Okay. Here we go, guys. I'm going to tell you the real truth. We are going to lead gen in this class every day. And we're going to do it at the beginning. So what will happen, especially after the wall, you'll show up at 9:30 because you know then you're going to miss the lead gen. Right? I won't have to make calls in this class if I show up at 9:30. Oh, I just had to get my kids out. Oh, I just had a quick errand. I had to for sure. Oh, I'm so late. I'm so sorry my alarm didn't go. I know what's going on. Okay? I want you guys committed to be here on time. In fact, if you'll show up at 8:30, you can ask me any questions that you're having struggles on from the mission, any of the tech that you may be having struggles with, if you had any wins or losses. I want you guys committed to being here by 8:45. Because we're going to start at 9 o'clock, and I want you guys to do lead gen. Why do you think I want you to? Why do you think I want you to do lead gen in this class? Exactly right. Because I don't want you to go, oh, I didn't get my lead gen because I was in Ignite. So, you know, right? If you guys don't start getting business during this class, why are you in this class? This class is to start getting business. So what we're going to do is I want you guys to come every day ready to lead gen. 5 names. You've got to make 10 contacts. 5 names. Be ready. Get prepared for the next class. Come with 5 names and 5 phone numbers because we're going to lead gen for 20 minutes. And I want you guys excited to do it. You're going to have a script. You're going to know what to say. But don't come and go, oh, I better find someone to call. And then you spend, at least 10 minutes looking for the first person to call on your phone. This is not my first rodeo, guys. I know how this works. Right? So I want you to come with 5 names and numbers and be nervous. So be excited to make those calls every day. So be on time. Take notes in the manual and respect others' learning styles. So, does everyone have their KW email address? Has everyone gotten their tech up and running and got their KW email address? If not, write this down, go to Hallie. Hallie upstairs. Hallie is our agent services coordinator, and that means we can just get you with Scott Leroy, who's our tech guy. He'll get everything set up for you. Has everyone done your online questionnaire with Scott Leroy? Except for Maddie? Yep. Everyone? Okay, we're getting close. We're getting close. Harley, have you got yours done? Perfect. Only you, Maddie. Amanda, have you got yours done? She's on mute. Okay, so check with that. Now, this is also what I want you to do, is I would really like you guys to start a lead gen binder. This video is not in the Ignite stuff, but write this down. Go to KW Connect. I want you to look up lead generation with Gary Keller. It looks like it was made in the 70s. Awesome. His mustache is real dark at this point. Lead generation with Gary Keller. What that is he tells you the system of how he got his lead gen started. is a simple, easy paper system that if you're struggling with getting started, just grab a binder. He says to do it in a box. I call it lead gen in a box. Get a binder. Go to Staples and get a binder and get the dividers, and instead of note cards, move pieces of paper. Do something like that. But I want you guys to think about that. Lead generation with Gary Keller. You can use eEdge, you can use electronics, but sometimes that holds us back. I'm very techy, and it still holds me back because I have to learn the system, right? It takes a while to learn it, so it holds us back from getting started. So just grab a binder, and you need 1 through 31 dividers, and then January through December dividers, and then a bunch of paper. But watch that video and you'll see. I want you guys to come in with your binders, okay? We can give you an easy way to do that instead of a box. Now, he talks about 2 boxes, and one is the permanent record. We're going to use eEdge for the permanent record, but for the daily lead gen, I want you guys to use paper. Okay? Perfect. And then note cards. Now, don't tell the Ignite writers. I give you a pass on this. Now, you can do 2 different things. Every day that you make a contact, I want you to write a note card, a thank you note for the contact you made, right? You need to write. The daily 10-4 is 10 a day, 10 note cards. Here's the pass. Because we live in the technology world, and I love technology, you can friend on Facebook that person and send them a private Facebook message to them directly, and it counts as a note card. If you can't find them on Facebook, you have to send them a note card. So you come with a stack of just blank note cards. Just, hey, it was great to talk to you today. Here's all my business cards. I would love to earn your business, whatever it is. Or you can friend them on Facebook. And if you're already friends with them on Facebook, you can send them a private message. It was great to speak with you today. Here's a link to my mobile app. Okay? So that counts for note cards. It's totally against the rules. And I'm willing, it's written before Facebook would be. All right. And then also making sure you're going to the Ignite home base. So everybody realize how to get there. You can explain it to Tammy. How do you get to the Ignite home base? AW Connect. Search for Ignite. Yep. And then go right there, student resources. You're right. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. So that gets us started. All right. Let's turn to, let's see. Oh, no, I have a video. I have a video. Okay. By the way, I sing a lot, and I apologize for that. When I left Texas, I'm going to show you. Oh, I was right there. KW Connect. When I left being the team leader in Texas, my MCA said, but who's going to sing the second half of all their sentences to me? That's what I did. I don't have any room to remember any of your names because of all the song lyrics that I have in my mind. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, this is for your videos. Okay. Nope. Sorry, guys. It's the wrong video. It was the wrong video. Here we go. Okay, so I want you guys to take out your pieces of paper. And I want you guys to think, oh no, we want to first think about this. Unshare. Okay, I want you guys to think about this. What is your goal? What is your monetary goal? How much do you want to make in a year in real estate? I want you to write this down. How much do you want to make in real estate? Now I want this to be a net number. I don't want this to be a gross number. Not how much commission I want to make. How much do I want to make for myself that I take home? Okay, I want that number at the top of the page. Then I want you to write underneath it, and this takes a little bit of self-reflection. Why do you want to make that much money? Why is that number important to you? Why did you choose that number? And I want it to be more. I want it to be more specific than that's how much I need to live. I want you to write specific things. What does that number give you in your life? What can you do specifically with that number? And why is that important? Okay, I want you guys to think about this. Does that reason, that why, stir your soul? Are you so passionate about that that you could focus on that and it would take you over the hump and take you over the rise of when it's hard? When that lead gen every day gets hard, can you think about that reason? And would it make you pick up the phone? Okay, if it doesn't, I need you to rethink about this. Now this big why may evolve over time. You might find out it's not passionate enough for you. If you're not passionate enough about that number, then you're not going to be able to use that to get over the hump. And you're going to end up going and finding something that is more comfortable than real estate. Even though you love looking at houses and you love people. Because that big why is what's going to get you through when you don't want to look for business again. Or when you're discouraged. How many of you guys have ever had a deal fall apart? Has it been your only one at the time? And I'll tell you what, that hurts. When you know that's going to pay your mortgage payment, and that buyer or seller decides not to buy or sell, or it falls apart because it just can't come together, and that you were counting on that is the day you think, maybe I shouldn't be in real estate. I can't take this. Or the day you thought a buyer is going to sit down and you guys have shown them houses, and they're about to make an offer on a $350,000 house. And they call you and they tell you that the listing agent said they cut their commission if they wrote the offer with them, cut you out of it. That happens. It happens.
Or your friend was
Or your friend, or your idiot brother in Rigby was with the RA. Whatever. I don't have a big issue with that. Right? Yeah. So, I mean, it's those things, you guys. It's those things. Or the day you call a for sale by owner for the first time, or you call them back and they yell at you. Right? Or you call and then someone in your family says, why would I use you? You don't know anything. Right? Or they use someone else because then you found out that they don't really think you can do this. Or your spouse goes, oh, that's okay. I didn't know how long you'd keep doing this. Are you ready to go back to a real job? Those are hard days. Those are hard days. And you need to know that big why, because something's got to get you past it to stay in this business. Okay? So this has to be emotional for you. That big why has to be emotional. That number that you want to make has to be emotional. So it can't be so big that you're willing to give up. Because some people are like, I want to make $500,000. Do you? Are you willing to do what it takes? Well, no. That isn't the number for you. What's the number that you have to make? It makes you the life that you want to have. How many of you guys have kids? You got your college funds all ready to roll? Holy buckets of balls. That's a lot of money, right? What happens if you have one car and it breaks down? What happens if one of your family members gets sick and they don't have insurance? Have you guys ever been in that position where you wish you could be the guy who wrote the check? Oh my word. I want to be the guy that writes the check. You know, a kid who wants to go to college and they can't afford it. Or the single mom in your neighborhood whose roof just got damaged. Don't you want to be the guy that can write the check? That comes from hard work and dedication, because this industry allows you to do that. You guys could be the guy that wrote the check, but it takes a lot of hard work to get there, but you can absolutely do it. The big why gets you to that point. So I want you to keep looking at that big why. Dog tag that page. I want you to go back and say, is this deep enough? Is my reason for doing this deep enough? And I want you to write those out. Okay? It might be family, it might be friends, it might be money, it might be acclaim, it might be respect, it might be just self-fulfillment. I want to achieve something because I've never been the one who achieved. I've always been a taker my whole life. Someone else has provided for me my whole life. There's been that way. I've always had to have someone else with me. I've never been able to stand on my own 2 feet and take care of it all. Maybe that's what you need. Maybe that's what you want. I'm always a single mom. And she worked her tail off, like 6 jobs at one point. She was a school teacher, 4 kids, bratty kids, terrible kids, you know? And she worked her tail off. And she taught me how to work, but she never really got what she wanted to get. And so I think to myself, you know, I want to be the one who takes care of her. So I had to dig deep. And I have to say, I want to be the one who wants to stand on my own 2 feet. I like my husband. Don't get me wrong. Hot. You've ever seen him. Hot. Right? But in reality, if something happened to him, I want to know I can make it without him. That's one of my big whys. Is I don't ever want to be in trouble. Not because I need to, it's because I can. So dig deep and find that. Find your passion for your big why. And when you find that passion and add it onto models at work, then do the models. And that leads you to time over task. Time over task over time. I always get that wrong. Time on task over time. So how much time you spend on a task over time is what makes you successful. Gives us back to script and role play. Practicing what we do and getting better. That leads to success. Your big why, models that work, and time on task over time. Okay. So let's keep going. 12, I want everybody to close your eyes. 12 months from now, I want you to imagine today's date. I want you to think to yourself, that your business is thriving. You've reached your financial goals and you're having the things you dreamed you would have. Your customers rave about the experiences and the value that you provide. Your friends and family are so proud, they refer business to you. They don't put someone else's sign in the yard. You're helping others live their dream of home ownership. You're building the foundation and momentum for your entire career, and you're gaining relationships and experience. You're the top agent. You're the rookie of the year. You're positioned to hire an assistant because you're focused on the 20% and you know you need someone to help you with the 80. You're on the path of building a career worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Is the number on your paper big enough to do that? If you need to change it now. Okay. Does anyone want to share your big why? You want to share that? I know it's personal. Lynn.
I don't ever want to ask for financial.
Excellent. Did you have a bad experience with that?
Yeah.
Yep. Excellent. Excellent. Anybody else want to share their big why?
Jess?
Yep.
Hey, the computer's freaking out and flashing Lori Albright a lot, or whatever that keeps saying.
Lori Lambright.
Lambright, sorry.
I was just sending Paula.
Wait, hold on. Lori, will you put your Lori Lambright, will you put your system on mute?
While we're waiting for that.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Justin. Did you want to share?
Yeah, while we're waiting for that, my family, when I was growing up, my mom was a single mom, dad left when I was 13, and we didn't have anything. And I have issues saying no to my kids when they want something. And not that I want them to be spoiled or anything, but I don't want them to have to go through that and want stuff and not have what they need. So that's my big why. I don't want that for my children.
Awesome. Awesome. Anybody else?
I'd like to share if I could.
We can both be free. Excellent. Excellent. So your husband isn't a slave to his job. Awesome. Love that. Tim, who else has said? Tammy and then one person on the remote.
I want to be able to retire eventually. Awesome. And I don't trust government, so I've got to go on the inside.
Excellent. Retirement account. That's huge. Huge. Who else? Does somebody else remotely want to share?
I would like to, Amanda.
Amanda, tell us your big why.
Mine is, I don't ever want to be poor again. You and I talked about this before, but my husband and I, when we first moved into our home and first got married, we were poor. Like, he had to donate plasma to pay for milk or pay for gas. I don't ever want to go back to that. I want to be able to go on vacations and support my family if something were to ever happen to my husband's job. And, my kids rodeo. I want them to be able to rodeo and be competitive. And I just don't ever want to go back to where I was.
Excellent. Excellent. You guys are awesome. Anybody else want to share? Okay.
I'd like to be debt free. I have about 2 years.
Right. Right. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Anybody else? Thank you guys. That's really important. And you guys, this is important only because this will get really hard to think of that. Some people have a harder time than you'd realize coming up with their big why. I always use Russ Don, who's a great example. He had an awesome big why. And he worked super hard, and then he achieved it. Like, he didn't expect to get there as fast as he got there. And then he found out, he was like, what do I do now? Like, how do I get up each day? And holy cow, now how do I keep going? And a lot of top agents say there's a point where you think if you really focus in on this, you'll get what you want to get. So you got to go deeper. Now get further than that and go deeper on that and keep evolving that big why, because it's super important. Because it really does drive you. If you get really internalized about that, you will find out every day that phone isn't nearly as hard to pick up and lead generate. When you remember every day why you're doing it and that you're getting closer to it every day. So this is a really good, write this down. I always say the best way to keep that goal or that big why in front of you is to make a vision board. Now, this is totally nerdy and not sexy, so everybody keep your eyes open. I want you to create a piece of paper, and I did this on the computer because I'm a techie nerd. And I went out and I Googled visions of things that I want to have. And I cut and paste them onto a piece of paper, and I printed that out. And I put that somewhere that I look at that and reminds me why I do this every day. You might put it in front of your phone. So when you're gonna have to leave Jen, put it in front of your phone and say, this is the reason I'm doing it. And maybe it's something. Maybe you want to pay off your debt, so you put your bills or your items. Maybe it's a retirement account, you put that in there. Maybe it's a vacation. So one of my big things is, it's interesting, it wasn't necessarily a financial issue, but I would never go on vacation with my husband. We were married 10 years this year. Our first vacation was last year. I work. And I don't ever think about going on vacation and spending that kind of quality time with him. And my love language is work. I don't think that's a real love language, but that's really what it is for me. Like, I think I have my accents, or I don't know, work, I love it. I love it when he works, I love to work, I love to come to work every day, I love all that stuff. But guess what his love language was? Quality time.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, why? And words, and so in that reality, my husband and I are who you would think was the man and the woman is opposite in our household. He's my emotional guy and my, let's spend time together. I'm going to the grocery store. Do you want to come? Oh, yes, of course I do not. So in this he wants to spend time together, but he understood because I'm a workaholic and he married me like that. So it's great. He was giving that up for me, but he wanted to go somewhere and spend time together. And I wasn't doing that. And so in reality, I need to go on a vacation every year. So if I want to go on a vacation, it better be friggin' awesome. Right? Because that gets me excited about that. So now I put that in and I realize every time I think about that, I need to get up, where are we going on vacation next? Where are we going on vacation next? Because I wish that I could say it's because I would want my husband to feel great. I wish that was my big one. I desire that, but in reality, I had to come up with what's the reality of that. So I have that in front, and that's a visual. So let's talk about coming up with our goal. So now we've dug deep and we've come up with our big why, and we know how much money that's going to take. Let's figure this out. So everyone get out your phones. Everyone get out your phones. How many of you guys have downloaded the One Login app for the CGI? Okay, so what you're going to do, get out your phones, go to your app store, if you have not. and you're going to search for one login, O-N-E, one login. It's a black circle with a white 1 in the middle. Lori, if I removed you, I removed you, but come on back. Okay, everyone find it? Black circle, one white 1 in the middle, one login. Download that app. So where my email said, make sure you have, if someone raises you don't, believe me, don't raise your hand and tell me you don't know your password. You're not going to enjoy that. Okay, once you're in there, how many are downloading? Once you got in there, okay, once it goes in, you're going to open it. And it's going to ask you first for your domain. KW is what you type, and it'll fill in the rest. And then hit go. Then it should take you to the red one login, Keller Williams username and password screen. Your MyKW. That's where you enter your MyKW username and password.
Mine's asking me for a barcode. Do I have the wrong one?
What?
Mine's asking me for a barcode.
A barcode?
Yeah,
You're on the wrong place.
Did you?
No, you're in the wrong one login. Black circle, white 1 in the middle.
One login mobile.
Black circle, a white 1 in the middle.
Not the one that looks like a fingerprint. There you go.
I can hear what?
Yeah, we're good. Okay, sorry.
Nope, you got it. Okay, perfect. Okay, and everybody in. Hold up. Who's got their? Somebody show me their phone. It should be all those circles. Hold it up, Sheila. Turn it around. Should look like that. All the little. Oh, you did create a pin. Choose your pin, and you enter it twice. Then you don't have to put your MyKW password in every single time. So it asks you for a pin. Create your pin. Okay, everybody on remotely. Are you guys all good? I keep pointing down here as if they can see me up there.
So can you go over that again now that I'm on the screen?
Did you download the one login?
Yeah.
Okay, now you go in. The domain they're going to ask for, just type in KW and hit go. Then you're going to choose a pin. Oh no, then you log in with your MyKW username and password. Choose a pin, and you should be good to go. Okay, now in the upper left, you have the black circle that says Career Growth Initiative. Click on that, baby. Upper left, Career Growth Initiative. You guys, this is where you're going to log in your appointments. This is for anybody outside of Ignite. This is what you're going to use. This is part of these tools. When you get in there, let me see, what have you got first? So is everyone coming up to the CGI calculator, the blue? Where are you at? You don't know. Okay, afterwards, we're done. It should look like this. That one, what does it say?
It says, have a class.
Yeah.
Oh, class code. Okay, if you get to a class code, that'll be next. Everybody else is this way. Okay, let me give you a class code. If you need a class code. This was supposed to not require a class code anymore, but there you go. So, let's go back here. So how you get to this when you're on your own is in, of course, KW Connect. You go over to the Growth tab in the upper right. Wait. Hold, guys. This one and this one. Okay, so you go right here into the upper right to the Growth tab in KW Connect and go to Career Growth Initiative. I bet you $1 I can't generate a code from in here because this is the username. So we'll do this, we'll get down. And as you go through this, what we're going to get to is this screen. This is kind of what it should look like on your mobile app. Is everybody right? You got kind of the blue and purple. The class, enter class code. I don't think I can get it. If you, afterwards, get with me on your class code, okay? Because I'll go and generate it. So from here, you guys, we're going to go into on your phones. And in the upper left, there's 3 lines. I write that on everybody's different phones. In the upper left, there's 3 lines. What we're going to hit is set my goal. Did everybody get there? Everybody find their set my goals? Is there any no's?
My phone's just taking forever.
It's taking forever.
Are you guys, okay, are you guys on Wi-Fi?
No.
Yeah.
If you need to be on Wi-Fi, the guest Wi-Fi, you already, I guess, and PW is the best. That might help a little bit. Okay? I'll help you guys. After we're all done with this, just write down this is something you need help with, and we're going to help you with it. So from here, you guys, you're going to scroll down toward the bottom, because I think all these words are at the top on your mobile device, mobile set. You're going to scroll down to the bottom until you get to this section where we're going to fill out our goals. You guys are in the new age. We used to have to do this by hand. Now we're going to do it on our little fancy internet machine. Okay? But the Keller always put this together because in reality, this is what you guys are doing. This is coming up with your number. This is how we calculate our goal. Okay, anybody else not here? Write it down if you're going to need help, if it's just taking some time. Okay, so first off is our profit goal. So I want you to take that number that you wrote on your paper as your big Y, the number you need to make, and I want you to put it in your profit number. You're going to take that and put that in your profit number. I'm going to use $150,000. Next line, taxes. Welcome to the world of taxes and being self-employed. You guys will have to take care of your own taxes. So I don't want your taxes coming out of this number. So I want you to put a 30% in that tax bracket. Now, I would encourage you to get with your own accountant because CGI is a real look, a reality of your business. Find out what tax bracket you should be putting in there from your accountant. How much should you be saving for your taxes? Okay? Next, the royalty cap. That is $3,000. If you are a husband and wife, you only have one royalty cap, so you might want to put $1,500 or put it on whichever one you're doing, right? Company dollar cap, $15,000. If you are on a team, a buyer's agent, that might be $7,500, unless you're a showing assistant. But I think everyone's either buyer's agents or full agents. So, individual agent, $15,000. Buyer's agent or listing agent, $7,500. Now, the next is your monthly expenses. How much are your monthly expenses? How much are they? Let's figure it out. What's something monthly, or let's think of annually. What do you guys have as expenses annually? Emma, association dues. How much are they? They were just come due. $635. Association dues, and then you got MLS monthly, right? So I'm gonna put monthly over here. How much are they monthly? 30. 30. Pocatello's 40, I think. Then how much is your Supra? Supra is 20?
Yeah.
What else do you have annually? How about E&O insurance? How much was that? $300. What else do you have annually? What are your expenses? Maybe you have, if you pay, let's see, what else do you pay annually? What about your education? Over the whole year, maybe put another, you gotta have your classes and such and so on and so forth. What, that's another $500, let's say, education?
Unless you're gonna go to something big, and then you definitely wanna put 1,000 for it.
That's right.
Go to Mega Camp.
Go to Mega Camp. So if you go to Mega Camp or Family Room, which I encourage all of you to go to, that's probably, I think, throw another $2,500. By the time you get your flights, your hotel, and your food, and your tickets, everything. So these are a big education. Okay? Anything else annually you can think of? Now let's think of monthly. Let's see, what else might you have monthly? What about your insurance? Do you guys pay your car insurance monthly? That's a business expense. So let's say insurance and those kind of things. Let's add $150, right? Insurance. What about cell phones? Right? That's a business expense. Let's say another $100 for cell. What about gas? How much do you think you spend on gas a month?
Oh, geez.
I don't know, like $200?
No.
Right? Unless you drive a big truck. I don't know what that is. That's not gas.
Gas and maintenance.
400. Yeah.
Gas and maintenance, right?
It's close to 4, Jess.
Let's go 4. All right, let's be real. $400. Okay. What else have we got? A car payment. Did I ever put that? Let's say that's $400. What else do we have? Think it out. What else expenses? What is it?
Food.
Keller Williams monthly. And so we've got MLS here, but you've got $65 a month for a KW. Okay? You rent an office. Let's assume at some point we're going to rent an office. How about $250 a month? What else?
Advertising.
If you do any advertising or anything like that, let's throw in another $400 a month for miscellaneous. Maybe if you have to buy signs sometime or whatever it is. Let's add it up. 30, 50, 200, 300, 700, 1100, 1165, 13, 14, 15, 19. That's almost $2,000 a month. How much is this? 935, 1435. So 3935, 3950. What's that divided by 12? Who's got a calculator?
About a little over 300 a month.
300. So we're about $2,300 a month, you guys. Because this isn't a real expense, guys. I need you guys to look at your real numbers. How much do I need to take into account for my business? And I want you to come up with that number. So as of right now, let's put in there $2,300. So you guys aren't renting, but if you'd like to have an office sometime, you may want to throw that in there. Maybe you have a home office that you have to pay internet at home or something like that. But I want you guys at least to put $2,000 in there. Because in reality, those are true business expenses. So it's really come into it. Okay, next one. Additional means. If you get a salary or something else, sometimes a ISA on a team might get a salary or a listing agent. Now, commission. How much commission do we generally make on one deal? And this goes side by side. How much is it? We like 3. How many of you guys get 3 all the time? Don't tell me if you don't, because you get yelled at by me. But in reality, now what I want you guys to do is I want you to know what your real number is, because we're going to track what those commissions are. So right now you guys are going to use 2.5, just in case there's an average. I don't ever want you cutting your commission, but sometimes life happens. Okay? So I want you to use 2.5 as your commission. Now, what's our average home price? Who went to a team meeting this month? What's the average home price for Keller Williams?
Almost 200,000.
200,000. That was even more than Keller Williams. That was just MLS wide. Now, as younger agents, we may not hit that 200,000 average. So let's use 180. Now, if we take a look at that, this is also a great examination of the reality of our business. Because if we know what our average price point is, and we raise it, how do you raise your average price? What goes into the average price numbers? How do you calculate it? What are the two numbers? Total volume in the homes we sold divided by the units that we sold, right? And that comes up with our average price. So how do we make that bigger? We have 2 components. What can we do? What happens if you sell more homes? Does that average price go up or down? Down. So what do we do? Sell less homes for higher price. So if we don't want to sell less homes, what if we just raise our average price, but we have to take the average price of the home we sell up? That means we have to shop in a different pond. If all we know how to do is get $125,000 homes, we need to move ourselves to 150. Do we have to do any more work to do that, or is it the same work? Do we get paid more money for the same work? This is brilliant. So why don't we just go to 200,000 or 250? The reason we don't is we're not confident in our scripts. The scripts we use only work at 125,000, or I'm only comfortable knocking on those doors. It's the scripts that make you better. It's your practice that makes you better. And it's your limiting beliefs that make you knock on those doors and call those numbers. So average home price. Now, seller focus. How much of your business will come from listings? Now, we believe in MREA in this world. I don't know if you guys have caught that from me ever in your lives. That's all I talk about. So the Millionaire Real Estate Agent says a healthy business is a 50-50 business. 50% of our income comes from listings. Why is that? Why can't 90% of our business come from buyers? Why?
You have to have something for the buyers to buy.
Well, what do you mean? They're on the MLS. They're everywhere.
There's not enough time in the world to do that many buyers, ever.
Right? Oh, Justin, I love your thought process. What if all you did was buyers? How much time does it take? A difference between a buyer and a listing?
It takes $400 a month in gas. That's how much.
Right. Oh my word! And the expenses on the gas. That's right. Exactly right. That's an awesome way to think about it. Now, if you have a listing, do buyers come to you? Do you have to go show them houses if they come to you?
No.
You have to go out and find them. You have to do all that stuff if they come to you? No. So what do you need? The listing. Do you get 4 to 5 people looking at that house? If you have the listing, now you have 4 to 5 buyer leads. So you have an open house, do you get to do marketing, you get around the listings. Do you ever get a listing that comes and knocks on your door and say, hey, I heard you have a buyer, I'd like to sell my house to them. No, that never happens, but that literally happens when you have a listing. Listings are the key. So if you focus on a 50-50 business, for every listing you get, close a buyer from the leads that you get. 50-50. So everyone put 50% in your business. If you are a buyer's agent, there's a line in there somewhere right at the top above all this that says that you list yourself as a buyer's agent. You drop that little menu down and list yourself as a buyer's agent. Then it'll say, and then you change your seller focus to maybe 10%. It's above the profit. Lynn, it's above your profit line.
Oh, I'm still.
Oh, okay, that's okay. I'll help you with that if you're a buyer's agent. So in this, now commission rate. Listings taken to listings closed. How many do I need to take? Or how many do I take and how many of those close? I need to know that percentage. Because I need to know how many to take so I guarantee I close the right amount. So MREA says you should be at 75%. But I will tell you this, most agents are around 40 to 50. Why do you think if you take the listing, it doesn't close? What happens? What happens between taking the listing and getting it closed? Inspections. Okay, what else? Well, let's get the next buyer then. Pricing. It all comes down to pricing. If you guys can't script that you know how to help a seller understand the correct price so it will sell, this number will get lower and lower. And then if your conversion rate is low, you have to take more listings to make the money you want. What if your conversion rate goes up? You make more money without doing any more work. I already have the listing. Let's just sell it. You'll find out still from Mike's stats, 20%, 22% of the listings on the MLS don't sell. 22% don't sell in this market. It's all pricing.
People think they have the data and they really have questions.
That's exactly right. But the thing is people don't have the right script. Agents can't get them to the mindset that's correct. That's it. Because if they could help them, they would price it correctly. The problem is the seller believes this, and the agent knows this, and your words can't get them to the right place. Scripting. You're going to hate that word by the time you're done with the night. So let's put here 50%. Now I want you to watch, because every month you use the CGI tools, you reevaluate how your conversion rates are going. So 50%. Now, conversion rate, appointment to listings taken. So I go on the appointment, how many of those do I take? MREA says 75%, but you would be surprised. What kind of things hold you back from I'm at the appointment and they don't list with me? What happens? Why doesn't that happen? You didn't sell yourself. You didn't say my value. Maybe there's competing agents and they picked a different one. What do you think the problem with that is? Thank you, scripting, because you didn't say the right thing to get them to go, I'm the gal, or I'm the guy. It's all about how you articulate it, because you're all doing the exact same thing. So why do they pick one over the other? It's the one who's practiced and polished and can say the thing that helps the seller go, you're my guy. Scripting. What's another reason it doesn't happen?
Someone says that they'll list it for the price that the seller wants.
Right.
Even though it's not worth that.
Ooh, I hate those guys.
But they'll come back to you the following year when it hasn't sold.
When it hasn't sold.
They'll get realistic.
What is sometimes that other agent doing? Why would that agent take a listing they know is overpriced? What are they trying to do?
They just want their name on a sign and someone to start.
Because they want the sign calls. And they want that, and they think, oh, at least I'm going to get the sign calls. If you guys do that, all you're doing is setting your future clients up to say you don't know how to price. Your houses don't sell. Because the next guy named Jim Miller is going to come in and say, how many houses do they sell? Go under contract?
Oh, it's a number.
I know.
From what I heard just the other day, it's like we sell 1.5 houses every other day.
Every other day. 1.5 houses every other day. And when you remember your average days on market? Wayne's going to kill you as soon as I tell him you don't know this.
I know. It's like 28.
What's the average day on market for the MLS?
40.
Jim Windmiller's office is half the days on market the MLS is. Do you think someone would list with her with that script? That's it, right? So what happens if all your numbers say, I'm twice the days on market the MLS is? That happens when you take overpriced listings. Your validity goes down. And you're saying, but I'm going to get the buyers. And you're not going to get any more listings. Because the next guy's going to come in and say, oh, let me tell you what their average days on market is. They don't know how to sell a house. And average days on market is 40 days. And their average days on market is 80. Literally twice as long. And so I would say if I'm a scripter, which I am, and I'll cut you at the knees. I'm just kidding. Come on, you guys. I might. I like commissions.
Kidding, kind of.
I'm a little bit of a shark that way. I'll say, hey, do you realize that they don't really care whether they sell your house or not? They just want the sign in the yard. Because they're willing to say, yes, I'll take it at your price. They're not willing to be honest with you and tell you the real number. Because all they care about is getting the buyer leads off your sign. Not selling your house.
It just reminds me of in Bold when Russ was like he was saying like if they say that they'll lower their commission, it's like they're already doing this with their money. Imagine what they'll do.
Oh my word, that's exactly right. They're like, yeah, Savannah asked me to cut my commission. So Savannah, it looks like we're ready to go. How about we sign this listing agreement? What do you think?
Yeah, maybe if you lower your commission.
Oh no, I'm really, you know what? I'm really glad that you asked that. I'm really glad. So let me ask you this, Savannah. Are you hiring me to negotiate with another agent the price of your house? Do you want the most money?
Yes.
Do you want me to protect that money?
Yes.
So if I can't even protect my money, I don't think you should trust me to protect the price of your house. And anybody who's willing to lower their price isn't even willing to protect their own money. How can you trust them to protect the money in your house? It's not even their money. What? Everybody still goes, yeah. I'm like, I'm a bulldog. I don't give my money to you, and I'm not going to give your money to them. And they go, oh, yes, I will sign it. And I'm going to give you a little tip that I never told anybody else. Because I say sometimes, when you want a divorce attorney, do you want the one you like, or do you want the one that you want the one for lunch?
Do you want the one that hates you, hates everybody else? And
I'm that guy. You're not going to like me because I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to cut through it, and you're not going to like it. But I'm going to do the same thing to the person on the other side, and I'm on your side. I'm your divorce attorney. Would you like the nice one or the mean one? That helps me get away with a lot of things because I'm really direct, and they don't always like that. Welcome to PC coaching. So, in this, but in reality, isn't that true? Doesn't that start to get you to think, oh my word, I do want that. And now I'm getting them what they want. And it's not like we had to combat and I had to say, you're wrong. I'm just saying, listen, I'm going to be super honest with you. And I hope, and in the end, I'm going to protect this because I'm going to do the same thing for you. And then they're going to go, I want that. And so if you're taking overpriced listings, you're teaching other people that that's what you do. And I'm going to come in behind you, and I'm getting that listing that you've worked really hard on getting. And I'm going to use my numbers, not emotion, except for scare, to get it. Right? Scare tactics and intimidation. That's what I like to use. So, I'm just kidding. I smile sometimes. So, on this conversion rate, listing appointments to listings taken. So, I want you guys to move 50%. Now, sometimes people aren't ready to list their house. Maybe they want 6 months before it's ready. Maybe they realize they can't get the money that they need. So you're not going to take every listing, and it isn't always about your scripting. But in reality, what you need to do is lock down a script that says, I'm going to get it when you're ready. So maybe it's taking a year listing now, or maybe it's signing the paperwork with a stated date, or whatever, or it's the follow-up, something. But you want to know how many appointments you need to go on to take the number of listings that you need. So I want you to put 50% there, and I want you to hit submit. And everyone's goals get updated. Okay. So at this point, I'm scrolling down, but you guys scroll back up, and you want to get to the recap.
There's one on here that says commission split.
Oh, because you're on the
Not
team.
yeah.
So up above, change it to buyers, and then put your real split with the team. Change yourself to a buyer's agent, even if you get to do whatever, and then put your split with the team.
So is it the lower?
Your percentage, the part you take home. Yep. Okay, so now once I get down and scroll down, this now calculates what I need to make for my goals. So if I want to make $150,000 take home after expenses and taxes, I need to gross $259,886. $21,000 a month. You're like, oh, that's a lot. Now we go down to the recap, monthly goals. Guess what I have to do? I need to go on 10 listing appointments per month take 5 listings, close 5 listings, buyers and sellers, because I'm a 50-50 business for my GCI. Could I go on 10 listing appointments a month? That's 2 a week. Is that 2 a week? 2.5 a week? I can do 2.5 a week. And if my conversion rates are correct, this is guaranteed. If I'm lying about my conversion rates, or I'm not tracking my conversion rates, or I'm using somebody else's, then that isn't guaranteed. But if those are true, this is true. And by darn, I can go on 2 listing appointments a week. Not take 2 listings, go on 2 listing appointments. Can you guys go on 2 listing appointments? Everyone should be nodding, right? Because that's, what, 2 hours of your life? Can you work 4 hours this week? Everyone nod. Can you work 4 hours this week and go to Ignite? Everyone nod, right? But if I don't go on these appointments, then this doesn't work. So now what's my only problem?
You got a lead gen to get those.
Oh, nice, there it is. So now when I pick up that, go to look at that phone, I just begin. If I get my 2 listing appointments on Monday, can I golf the rest of the week? Heck yes. Because this guarantees I'll make the money I want to make. I'm going to go on my 2 listing appointments. No, it's too easy. It's not. It is simple. It is not easy. The lead gen is where we get in trouble. Okay? So everyone now knows your goals are set. Now we know how mathematically we can get to our number. Now, if my conversion rates get better, what happens? What if I'm not at 50% anymore? What if I move to 60? What happens? There's 2 things. Either I get to work less, the same money, or I make more money on the work I'm already doing. I like that. I'm about vacation issues. Yeah. So right there. Okay, so this is the beginning of CGI, you guys. This is where it all starts, is knowing the truth about your numbers. Okay, I'm only on page like 7. Let's keep going. 7 of 70. Let's keep moving along to this. Here we go. And we go. Lead generation. Somebody read this out loud for me.
For every day you don't lead generate, 90 days later you can expect no money. You don't want this to happen.
Would everyone agree with that statement? Remember, every day you don't pick up that phone, I want you to go 90 days out on your calendar and write a big old 0 goose egg. Because that's how much money you're making on that day. And don't let your limiting beliefs say, oh, but I'll make it the next day. Because the next day you won't lead gen either. And you watch enough goose eggs, and you realize I can't make my mortgage payment. I can't pay for my kids' sports. I can't put any money in my retirement account. I can't put any money in savings in case of emergency. So I want you to think of that every day for lead gen. Okay, we're committing to daily lead gen. So this is our journey to our monetary goal. Oops, session's on page 28. I'm not there yet. So, step 1. This is exactly the same thing that happens. Real estate is exactly like every other business. You have a step 1 and a step 2 and a step 3. And if you go at the end of the day, all the steps should lead you to your 8 hours in the day. You should be able to say, I do this, I do this, and I do this, and I do this. Now, lead gen should be your first 2 hours, because what does it do? It creates business that the rest of your day you have things to do as a result. What happens if you don't lead gen? You run out of things to do real fast the rest of the day, and now you're, quilting or something, right? So in this, when we take a look at this, we need to look at our calendar. Does everyone use their calendar on their phone? Has everyone got that implemented where you use the Gmail calendar or whatever calendar on your phone? I want you guys to go in and set a reoccurring appointment on your calendar right now. And I want it to be from 9 to 11 every weekday. So open up your calendar, do a new event. And if you'll use your Gmail calendar instead of your Apple calendar, it'll come back on it'll match up with your emails. If you don't know how to do that, get with me afterwards, write that note so know you need help. If a lot of people use their calendar local to their phone, I would encourage you to use your Gmail calendar. That way when you go onto your computer, it all matches up. Okay, everyone set a reoccurring event. Does everyone know how to set a reoccurring event?
No.
No? Do you have your calendar open, Justin?
Yes.
Did you add an event?
Yes.
There should be at some point, it says repeat, and you check the box.
Okay.
And then you put in that whether it's daily, monthly, but I want you to put daily and then check the date, the weekdays, and leave Saturday and Sunday off. I would encourage you at the beginning of your career, you may want to do it on Saturdays. Just figure out a creative way to do it. If you're at the soccer game, if you're at grocery shopping, whatever you're doing.
Okay.
You're focused for 2 hours on whatever you're doing, you're find some business while you do it. Did you find it, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay. Every day, Monday through Friday, maybe even Saturday. Saturday's the day you play catch up if you're short on your goals. And set it for 9 to 11. Now, I don't want you to call it lead gen. I want you to call it something that triggers your big why. No one else is going to see this but you. I want you to call it something that triggers your big why. When you look at your big why on why you do it, I want financial freedom generation. I want retirement account generation. I want vacation fund generation. I want you to name it what it really is doing for you. Because I want that to pop up at 9 o'clock every day, and I want you to be reminded, I should be doing this right now. And if you're not in this room and Ignite, you're in trouble with me, because I know you're hiding from lead generation. I know you are. Okay, did everyone get it set?
How do you take Sunday off? How do you do that on the calendar?
If you do it daily, Justin, if you put daily as the repeating, it allows you to check which days and uncheck Sunday and Monday. Now, you may want to leave them checked every day as a reminder. Today, maybe I'll establish a relationship at church that I'll remember on Monday to do some follow-up with. I don't know if that's legal, but again, remember, I'm sharp. So I'll leave Jen crap out of church. I shouldn't say crap. Right? Maybe it's just relationship building. Let's say that. Relationship building in church or on the lake or whatever you do. I'll tell you what, I wear my Keller Williams clothes every time I go grocery shopping. And everyone thinks I'm a total nerd. But I'll tell you what, everyone knows I work for Keller Williams. And I have people approach me in the grocery store. Gary, do you guys know who Gary Rasmussen is? So Gary Rasmussen's killing it. He's like in his second or third year in real estate. Awesome, killing it. He caught me in Sam's Club and said, I think I want to get into real estate. Right? I was wearing my Keller Williams yoga pants. I don't know if that helps me at all, but I was. So in reality, that happens. So you guys got to think about that. It's not just making calls. It's about something. Is it a T-shirt? There's a lady in Boise that has a little red Volkswagen Beetle, and it's decorated like a ladybug. And in the back of the window says, "Bug me about real estate." You got to drive that everywhere. Mortifying. But guess what? Does everyone start to remember she's in real estate? Who remembers the hat lady? Right? Oh, I hated those billboards. Nancy Thorson. I didn't know her name for years. I just knew she was the hat lady, and I knew she sold real estate because she wore ugly hats. I'm sorry, Nancy, they were ugly. And, right? And that's what she said. She was the hat lady of real estate or something like that. You guys got to do that. So write this down. I can't believe my watch told me to get moving. I've been standing up for hours. So, I hate this watch. So it orders me around. And then when it cheers me on because I did it, I hate it even worse. Oh, nice job. Shut up. So, I want you guys to write this book down. The Purple Cow by Seth Godin. Godin. The Purple Cow. It's a cute little easy read. How many of you guys, if you saw a field of cows, would stop and take a picture of them? Seth Godin. Godin. Who would take a picture of a field of cows? Nobody? If one of those cows was purple, would you stop and take a picture? You guys need to be the purple cow in real estate. You are in a field of cows. How are you going to be different than the other cows in the field? And why would anyone look at you? Why would anyone notice you? And unfortunately, that usually means embarrassment. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean that. But I'll tell you what, do you remember things that irritate you? Do you remember that horrible jingle that you can't get out of your head that you hated? Right? You guys got to think like that because you're in charge of that lead generation. And I'll tell you what, it makes it so much easier attracting business than finding it and digging it out of the ground. So be an attractor. Become the purple cow. Okay. So let's discuss the questions on page 28. How long on average does it take to get a buyer or seller under contract for sale or listing? How long does it generally take?
30 to 60 days.
So, all right, excellent. Anyone have any different questions? 30 to 60 days? How long does it take to get them under contract? I'll tell you, it takes 30 to 60 days to close them. 1 to 60 days to get them under contract. Then it's 30 to 60 days to close, right? So in this, how quickly does that mean you're getting paid? 6 months, 3 months to 6 months, 2 months to 6 months, something like that. So in reality, you need to have enough business going all the time that doesn't matter. That all of them are going 3 to 6 months, but you have to have multiple going. So you have to remember that. You have to lead gen every day and put things in your database, because the follow-up is what gets them under contract when you met them on day 1 and it takes them 60 days to go under contract. It's the follow-up and you being in between that gets you there. Tim Heil came and did a course, and he said the reason they've grown so much in so short a time is they are machines on follow-up. And if you'll read the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, and it says the lead generation model, says the 4th law of lead generation is follow-up on every lead. Do not let a lead slip through the cracks. Most real estate agents go to the next lead and go to the next lead and go to the next lead and don't ever follow up. And they end up, the person hits them on the right day, and it may be their first call, or it was their 6th call, and you are only willing to make 1 or 2. Tim says the 6th call is the key.
Question on with Market Leader EDGE. They were going to roll out something new.
It's coming.
Do you know when?
It was supposed to be in August. They, the tech guys at Keller Williams said they're no longer going to give rollout dates because they're not going to send it out till it's right. Because that was their biggest complaint. Is they roll something out to meet the date timeline, and then they hadn't tested it enough, and agents were complaining, and they stopped using it. So that's why a lot of the technology hadn't been implemented.
I thought they were using the hurricane.
They, no, they didn't. They could have though, maybe. So yeah, so that is coming. So we talked about the binder. We talked about watching that video, lead generation with Gary Keller. The binder is 1 through 31, and then January through December. And you take a piece of paper and you write the name of the person and their phone number on the top, and you make your call and say, hey, I'm in contact. They thought maybe they might want to buy or sell in 6 months. I take that paper, I move it 6 months out into March, April. So I put that paper into the April tab. And every day I do that. Or maybe they said, call me next week. And I take that paper and I move it to next week, which would be the 24th. And I put that paper in the 24th. And every day I do those papers, I can move them through the tabs. Then all I have to do is open the tab for the day that I'm doing, and there's my stack of lead gen. And follow-up is in there, right? And then I make notes on the paper. That's the simple system. That's the binder. That's lead gen in a box. Gary Keller has you do it in note cards and moving the things. I say just get a binder and do it. It's going to be a thick binder. But you can take a binder anywhere. You don't look like a nerd with a box. You wouldn't look like a nerd. A box is fine. No judgment, Brittany. No judgment. She has a box that she carries, and it's awesome. And she tells you that's how she started getting her business done, is through the box. Oh my word, make it a purple box. What's that? Wouldn't you like to know? None of your business. We're looking at my box. So, how many of you guys have seen, this is a tangent. How many of you guys have seen Red? Put that on your list. Oh my word, Red. So, John Malkovich has a pig. He's like, he brings this pig, this big stuffed pig with him. And he's carrying it around everywhere he's going, right? And then there's a point in the movie. And what does Bruce Willis say? Get the pig.
Get the pig, that's right.
Get the pig! Get the pig! And he goes and gets the pig. Guess what's in the pig? A machine gun, right? And he whips it out and he's shooting everyone with the pig. But he carries the pig everywhere. And it's so funny. What is that? And he keeps carrying through this whole movie this pig. Not the same, but kind of. At some point, get the pig, right? It's in the box. Your money's in the box. The money's in the binder. But it's follow-up. It's follow-up that the binder makes the binder work, because you can remember to call anybody once. So can you follow up with them all the time? And every agent will say, if they say, I'm going to list in 3 months, when do you call them, Lisa?
2 in 1.5.
1.5. Half the time. Check in with them. Before the other agents call, and he goes, you know what? I think I'm ready. and they catch them, and then you call them in 3 months and they go, oh, I did just list that last month. But you said 3 months. Oh, I know, but that girl at church, right? I'll leave you at church. So that happens. So call them half the time that they say. And then you need to send them, and we're going to talk about that. You get them into an 8x8 so they start getting things from you. Okay? So that's a lead gen. So we know that we can take a look at this. The key to all of this is a lead generation is a funnel. It's a funnel. And the top is leads and the bottom is commissions. You need way more coming in the top than you actually get in commissions. We saw that in conversion rates, right? If we can make the bottom wider, that's awesome. But we need lots of leads coming in the funnel in because it's getting the lead, it's converting them to a contract, it's getting them to list or sell, and it's getting them the negotiations, and then it's getting the commission. So we need lots of leads into our funnel to come out with the closings. So when we talk about this, the next thing that CGI talks about is the 4 conversations. The 4 conversations are a way to track your business to keep you on track all the time. Because we talk about CGI being a reality check of your business. The first conversation is appointments. Listing appointments. Listing appointments lead to what? Listings. Listings taken. Listings taken leads to closings. Buyers and sellers. Closings lead to commissions, right? So the 4 conversations, can you get commissions without any of these? Can you get closings without having a listing? Buyer, you could, but how do you guarantee it? By having the listing, right? So this is called the wall of value. This is what you offer gets you to closing. Because you might attract a buyer with that. You might do something. The wall of value actually gets you to closing. Can you take a listing without going on an appointment? Not maybe, but not generally. Generally, you go on the appointment to take the listing, right? So in this is the 4 conversations. What does it all come back to? What is the one thing you control more than anything else? The listing appointment. Can I go on enough appointments? So when you look at this, you look at goal, you look at actual, and then you look at last year. So what's nice, the 4 conversations, if you'll put your goals in and you'll track your listing appointments, all of this gets tracked automatically. All of this comes up automatically for you if you'll just put your listing appointments in the mobile app. So after we set our goal, and you set your goal, it went back to that screen that has the blue and pink, and it says add or remove. That's where you add or remove listing appointments for the month. I went on a listing appointment, and you add them until you have your number of listing appointments in there. Because when you take a listing, you take a listing agreement, you turn it in, we track that. You go to closing, we track that. You get a commission, we track it. Only thing I can't track is your listing appointments. So that's what you put in your CGI calculator every day. So now I put the goal. What was my goal for listing appointments per month? 10. I track every week. I look at my actual, and then I look at my last year. Am I doing better than I did last year? Now, what date is today? 16. So are we halfway through the month? How many listing appointments should I be at? I should be at 5. So if I'm not at 5, what do I do? All hands on deck. All hands on deck to get this number up. Because if I have enough appointments, I will take enough listings. Now, if I take a look at this, and what's my goal to take listings? 5 a month? Take 5 listings a month. My closings were 5 closings a month, buyers and sellers. What was my GCI goal? 21, blah, 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 right? So I can check what my goals are, and then I can check where my actuals are. Every week, every month. Does that help us stay on track? This is a simple, easy look at your business. And this is the 4 conversations of CGI. And there's a little image of this you can download from that CGI education, KW Connect, growth, career growth initiative, and you can scroll down and download this image. And then you can just laminate it or every month do it. You can tick this off so you know where you're at as you go each time. So you're tracking your goals. How many closings do we have? On and on and on. And so you're looking at your goals and looking at this over and over every single day. Okay? So every single one counts. Now, if I know I'm off goal, if I went on enough appointments but I didn't take enough listings, what do I know I need to do? I went on enough appointments. What's my issue? Conversion. Scripting is the issue. My listing presentation is not good enough. So I go in and improve. I go and search in KW Connect for listing presentations. I download the Keller Williams listing presentation and I change it because it's a script that works. Okay. Please comply with the do not call list. Everybody, I have that circled down here. That is I believe, a $6,000 per violation fine. A gal in Boise, somebody turned her in. She got like 40,000 in one day. Somebody was out to get her. Okay, so let's talk about our habits. So this is our daily lead generation habit. So this is what I will be tracking for you guys in Ignite. Say thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're not going to thank me tomorrow. So this is it, the daily 10-4. Everyone open up your cell phone. I want you to open up whatever web browser you have. Safari, Chrome, I don't know what the rest are. Something else, whatever. The website you're going to is daily104.com. No slash between, just daily104.com. Everybody remotely, are you guys hearing me? Daily104.com on your cell phone.
We're chatting, sorry.
What, Justin?
We were talking
You're
about.
good. Yep, it's good. We hear you.
Can you see my slides?
No,
No.
not on either one of them.
But we were watching you right on the board.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on. This is my test of whether or not, how am I doing? Oh, yes. Here we go.
Hey, there it is.
There we go. Daily104.com. Did everybody find it? Don't Google it. Type it in, www.daily104.com. Phil, will you hold yours up? Listen, Phil's a brown noser. That's what it looks like. It's loading. Okay, you're not a brown noser, Phil. I shouldn't say those not. He's just a superstar. Daily104.com. A 10 and a 4. The 104.com. Is it Googling it or is it actually? I'm not actually.
I had to go through my KW.
Okay, so on the My Tracker?
Yeah.
Okay, so on your My KW homepage, which is a little hard on your little phones, is under education, it says My Tracker. That gets you here too. So either way, we're gonna figure, we'll get you guys there in the end, but this is what we're doing. This is gonna come up, and what happens is we enter our daily 10-4 every day. Now, if you need to do this on your laptop, that's okay too. Again, it's from Education, My Tracker. Everyone's names will be in there by the end of today. My Tracker, and we're entering our daily 10-4. And then what we're gonna do is I will be bringing this up every morning. Why a lot of people also like to be late. I don't know who you are. Don't think you're gonna give me an excuse. So here, we're gonna put up how you're doing. Now, what is the daily 10-4? 10 new contacts every day. Into your database, into your binder, into eEdge, into your, with getting their information. Speak with 10 people from your database every day. So you can do a follow-up, you can talk to them, you count the people that you made new contacts with, that counts, or follow-up. We write 10 notes, handwritten notes a day. Or, what is it? Facebook message, friend on Facebook, Facebook message, sharing your mobile app. And then weekly preview 10 homes. When is the realtor tour? Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Where are they meeting?
Pioneer. Which one's that one right now?
Pioneer, there's one right across the street. Pioneer. Alliance is right over there, I think, now too, isn't it? I don't know. Some Pioneer title. So tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., the MLS goes on tour. Anybody can go. How many homes do you usually see? 6, 7, 8. You're close. Right there. And then what you're needing to do is find other homes to preview in the week. You need to go through 10 homes. Why do you think this is important? Why do you need to know the market, Sheila? Know how to price houses. Isn't it nice to be able to say, I've already gone through that house, this is what I saw, blah, blah. So helpful, right? So helpful. And pictures online are awesome, it really is, but starting to look at homes is really the key. Previewing homes is scripting for showing homes. Go on the tour and listen to what the other agents say about the house. Understand the backstory, listen to what they're pricing it at, why, all of those things. So preview 10 homes a week, not a day, but a week. So when we do that, we come in and track those. We click on enter the daily 10-4. It's going to say, did you make your contacts? Did you enter them in the database? Did you send out your notes? And did you preview 10 homes? And every day, we're going to come every Wednesday. We're going to come back in. It's every day. So how many do you need to have done by Wednesday? 20 of each. 20 people. Now, if you come to Ignite with 5 people on your list, are you halfway done for the day? You can come with 10. And if you come every morning at 9 and get your 10 people called, you're done for the day. Get here early and get your calls done from this room. So we're going to talk about that. I'm glad you bring that up. So this is 10 people from your database. These are 10 people you know already. I will tell you how you're going to figure out who they are in your phone. How many people do you think you have in your phone? 50? That's 10 days worth right there. Yep. Exactly. Yes. I'm glad you mentioned that. I will give you the script. Absolutely. So, but you will be responsible for doing this. Okay? And tracking it. So Paula is going to watch. Have you guys ever got a phone call from Paula? Right? Just get it done. You don't want Paula to call you and get you on the phone. Her script is really good. There's a lot of guilt in there. So anyway, so we're going to bring this up, and I'll put this up on how everyone's doing. So we'll end up the daily 10-4. Does everyone have that written down somewhere? If you don't do it on your phone, just go on your computer, on daily10-4.com, go on to KW Education tab, My Tracker gets you here too. Okay? All right, let's talk about scripts. I'm glad you mentioned that. That was funny. You guys are doing it. I know. We're almost done. We're not. Oh, that's a lie. I totally lied. We're not almost done. Here we go. How to use scripts. How do I get that? How do you think I'll get there? There we go. There we go. Remotely, are you guys seeing my screen? Yes. Yeah. Awesome.
Hi, I'm Jeff Glover, and I'm going to tell you the top 5 things that you need to know about using scripts. Step 1, you're going to need to get your scripts from the top agent of the office, your team leader, a maths coach, or of course, fellow leaders. Step 2, we're going to need to do a total transformation of instead of talking and telling, of asking questions. Selling isn't telling, selling is asking a series of questions that leads to desired response. So instead of talking so much, we need to get in the habit of asking questions. And asking questions gives us control of the conversation. Control of the conversation gives us our ultimate outcome, which is an appointment set or closing. Step 3, we need to listen with good intentions. Well, what I mean by that is we need to listen to their answers instead of just listening to them talk and asking another question that comes to mind. For example, instead of asking a seller where they're moving to and then going on to the next question, how soon would you like to be there? Ask them, where are you moving to? And when they give you a response, ask them, what takes you there? Step 4 in becoming better at scripts is we need to learn to mimic, mirror, and match the prospect. What I mean by that is we have to listen to their tone of voice. We have to speed up or slow down based on how fast the prospect is talking. That means when they respond and say, we're moving to Toledo. Oh, Toledo, that's exciting. What takes you there? 93% of communication is body language and tonality. And that means only 7% are the words that we say or the questions that we ask. Step 5, we need to take these 5 points and practice them daily. If you think of NFL teams, they practice 50, 60 hours on the practice field for a 1-hour game. Our game is our presentations and our appointments, and we need to practice daily. Everything that we've learned every single day before we meet our clients. When it comes to scripts, my biggest aha is that everybody has their own scripts. We're pre-programmed to have scripts, and we're talking and asking questions that are scripted. However, what we found is that most of our own scripts are no good. And so we have to learn the right scripts, the right questions to maintain control of the conversation. Thanks for watching KW Connect. You make it a great day.
I don't want to tell you that. Okay, you guys, tell me an aha from that. What did you hear? What was something that spoke to you when what Jeff said? Practice. Excellent. What else? Mirror and match?
Slow down.
Right. Do you like it when people talk the same as you? Like if I'm a fast talker, I like people to talk fast because what do I do when they talk slow?
Yeah.
Oh, agony. So slow talkers hate me if I don't slow down and help and talk at their speed. Same thing for you guys. Great. What else did you hear on that?
When you said,
Ooh, I love that one. Right? So what you say isn't as important as how you say it. Right. Right? If we start to think about it like that and go, I think that if I just showed up for a game and never practiced, do you think I would ever win? No. But yeah, that's how we think we do real estate. When I get a buyer is when I'm going to start learning how to do this. No, we got to start earlier than that. Okay, so everybody turn to page 41. Page 41. So what was our mantra about scripts? Who can recite my mantra about scripts? 3 words.
The script.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Justin. I do. I'll take that one.
memorize, internalize.
Memorize, internalize, then customize. So what we're going to do is on page 43, there's 3 scripts. So there's a script for new to real estate. There's a script for new to Keller Williams, and then there's some follow-up scripts. I want you guys to take a second. Now, on page 40, it shows you a tactic on how to memorize this. If you're not a good memorizer, look at page 40, and that's how it'll give you some steps on how to get this memorized correctly. So what I want you to do right now is I want to pair up. Everybody pair up with somebody next to each other. Pair up, pair up. I want you to go to page 43, and I want you to practice the script. Now, this is how we're going to practice. We're going to practice. I want you to read it as fast as you can 5 times out loud to them. You're not trying to do it right now. I want you to say it out loud to them, reading it as fast as you can. Why do you think we do it as fast as you can? To get the words out. Just start stumbling over there and get out the stumbling 5 times as fast as you can to each other. And then you're going to go through it slower twice. 5 times out loud as fast as you can, then switch. Then go back, switch, and do it slower a couple times. Okay? Everybody remotely?
Just number 1? Ready.
You can pick, yep. Either you're new to real estate or new to Keller Williams. One of the 2. We don't have a partner? Oh, there we go. Everybody up together? You guys, I'm gonna let you guys borrow my
I've seen them. I just keep it
Here you guys go. New to real estate or new to Keller Williams.
I thought about sharing my people like mine.
Yeah, just do the first one. No, just do the first one. Just the intro part.
Oh, this is going to be
No, just the first. Yeah, that one. Don't let that.
You got a moment?
Hi, this is Tammy.
Hello, this is John.
Yes, so you were done work.
I thought about sharing this with you because I knew you would.
I don't even have my voice mail
Okay, go ahead.
Don't let Libby Bleach sneak in. Keep it going.
I all know it.
Just now in natural language.
I have two questions. Therefore,
I'd like to share. Partnership, I have all their knowledge. Plus my partners, all mine. I thought about sharing.
you'll take Phil, though, he's a monster. I get lost here. I get lost.
For me,
I'll remember that.
Very good.
I'll ask Mo Anderson if I'm allowed.
You are, but you don't get to have to make sure to say, I'm not allowed to say something. I had, or I'm calling I
where I told you that I work for you gotta be witty, but I'm not participating in it. But I work for real estate. Yeah. Yep, say, you have no kids that might need because what I would do is but a lot of what they do, right? A lot of what we do is I think we just know, right?
I still got to print out.
Okay, you guys, let's wrap up.
They never called me.
Okay, so here we're at, ready to go. Now, we're going to do a little live play. We're going to make 5 phone calls. Okay, we're going to make 5 phone calls. Hopefully you got my email, those of you who did or did not, to bring 5 names. I want you to call 5 people you know. It can be your brother. It can be your husband. It can be your mom. It can be your neighbor to practice this out. Now, how many of you guys have downloaded your personal mobile app on your phone? Okay, if you have not, I want you to write that down as an action item to do. You should have gotten a link from Scott Leroy after you did your questionnaire that has your mobile app information in it to get it downloaded onto your phone.
Is that the Keller Williams?
Yes, but it should be your personal one. You should have your name at the bottom. It'll say at the bottom, Lynn, at the bottom of the app when they open it up, your name, and when they hit call, it'll call your cell phone. Yeah. So if you haven't downloaded it, just put it on your list to get that done. But Scott Leroy, after you've done your questionnaire, sends you a big thing of all your shenanigans, and one of them is your mobile app. So let's make sure to get that on there. So now we're going to make 5 calls. You have 2 options. You can use the script you just practiced, right? And they're all just around, sweat broke out in our armpits, everybody right now, right? So you can use that, or you can say, call just to practice saying, hey, I'm in real estate. I have a great mobile app that allows you to look at any homes that are on the market. Would you like to use it? That's the script. And say, I'd like to share it with you. And you have to take their cell phone number down, and that's it. Now, if we're going to take it further, what else would you want to have besides their cell phone number? Email address. Okay, well, let me send you a video about my mobile app. What's your email address? Because there's a video on YouTube you can send them, right? In fact, you can go make your own video about your mobile app from the KW video for free. I'm going to show you that in just a second. So what I need is you need names, and that this is where you don't need to worry. I don't need to know anything right now. Because can I send them the mobile app tonight? Yeah. You don't have to do it right now. You need their name, their cell phone number, and their email address. Now, if you're calling somebody that you already know their cell phone number because you just called it, right? That's when we got to really think about our script. Say, is this your cell phone number, and can I text you here? Because sometimes you might not realize, is it a home phone, is it their cell phone, is it a work phone, and are they okay that you text them? Say, hey, is this your cell phone number? Can I text you on it? Awesome. Hey, by the way, I'd love to send you a video on this mobile app. What's your email address? Here's the final word when we call anybody. The final word is, do you have any real estate needs right now? Or do you know anybody who has any real estate needs right now? No? Okay, awesome. Perfect. Is it okay if I stay in touch? Great. I'll send you that, and then I'm going to call and check in on how it's working. Okay, so what are the keys to this script on the mobile app? Hello, and we don't say how you're doing. Why?
That starts a conversation.
Holy crap are those long phone calls, because you haven't called them in a long time. Say, hey, this is Jessica. I don't know if you know that I'm in real estate with Keller Williams East Idaho. I have an awesome mobile app that lets you see all the properties that are in your neighborhood or for sale. Would you like to have it? They say, because they know you, because it's probably your sister. And what do they say? Sure, this is a weird phone call. You sound kind of weird, right? And you're like, and you can even say at that point, that's because I'm practicing my lead generation calls. It's okay to say that to your sister, right? But say, but I want to get in the habit of doing that. And I also want to make sure you know that I'm in real estate, right? Be okay, be real, you guys. If they ask you a question, listen to what they say and be real. It's okay. So then you say, if you say, yeah, I'd love to get your mobile app, then what do? You say, great, is this your cell phone? And can I text you? Yes, this is my cell phone. You know that. You text me all the time. Weirdo. Great. And you can tell them I'm practicing a script, so it sounds kind of weird. I want to get to where I'm used to saying the things I want to say. Say, great, I will. Also, can I email you a video on how it works? Yes, great. What is your email address? So here's the components of the script, right? What's the first component? I don't know if you know, I'm in real estate. Right? I'm in real estate. This is the time to practice. Don't say, how are you? Because I'll tell you it'll be hard. Because isn't that the first thing you say every time you call? Yeah. So, hey, it's Jessica. I don't know if you know, I'm in real estate. I have a mobile app that shows you all the homes on the market. Would you like it? Or like to have it? Yes. No. I even knew I was writing that. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Can I send it to you? Text it. Can I text it to you? Yes. Is this your cell? Mm-hmm. Can I send you an instructional video? Oh, every time. See, this is why you have to internalize your email you a video about it. So what's the follow-up? What is your email? And fine, say thanks. Do you have any real estate needs? Right now. And the very last one is, do you know, or do you know, hang on my script, or do you know anyone who does? That I can call. Okay, that's it. Simple and basic. Can you guys see that? Unshare.
No.
Okay. So, I don't know if you know, I'm in real estate. I have a mobile app that shows homes, that shows all the homes on the market. Can I text it to you? Is this your cell phone? Can I email you a video about the mobile app? What's your email? Thanks. Finally, do you have any real estate needs right now, or do you know anybody that does that I can call? That's it. This is the one, if you memorize nothing else the rest of your real estate career, this works all the time. Every single time. And then once you've shared it with them, you call them back and say, how's that mobile app working for you? Do I need to send you that video again? Oh, great, thanks. By the way, do you have any real estate needs or know anybody who does that I can call? Works every time. Okay, 5 calls. Let's go. And if you don't want to use the mobile app, use the script you just practiced. This is the time we start to sweat. We don't want to do it. This is the time to get over it and just pull up whoever you've got. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter if they're in East Idaho. It doesn't matter anything. Just practice the call. 5 calls. And I want to know if anybody gets an appointment or gets a lead.
Hey, have you been qualified by YouTube? Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. Do you have a moment to chat?
Hey, this is Justin. Hey, I have a question.
The chat we are doing is actually kind of.
Well, I'm practicing a script. Justin,
What's that?
hey, you
I got 14.
there. Hi, buddy. Hey, I wonder if I could send you my mobile. Do you have
Yes.
needs right now?
Yep.
Or did you? I didn't even know you still had that. Got there the other day and saw that I don't remember. Did you rent that out?
When you're afterwards, you send them. So yeah, but that's what you just can share out. You're all talking about that number. You don't need to share it now. Just get the names and numbers.
Well, yeah, that makes it valuable. Actually, so.
I'm medical, because my mom, she
How long have you been in there?
Just practice. Just on anyway. Doesn't matter who it is. This will be the hardest part of real estate. I'm gonna get you over it.
3-year lease.
How many people do you have?
Wow.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Any contest.
I have automated.
All right. Well, let me get after this.
It goes to,
And then
I only have,
Don't have any contacts saved.
I will send you that video and a link to that, and then I'll be in touch. Thank you, Tip.
I basically haven't existed for 4 years.
Hello.
You don't have any friends?
Hi. Hey, I'm gonna practice on you for a second.
We'll work on maybe.
Hey, this is Justin. I'm happy to know about real estate.
Put on your
I
note.
was wondering if,
Either I'll meet you.
obviously I have your phone number, but I wonder if I could send you my mobile app.
Yep. You can do it up. Yes.
Yes, or is that a negative? Oh, fantastic. Good answer. Oh, no, I'm not done yet, but you gotta interact a little bit to make this good.
No, I don't know anybody. No, I'm not gonna call your mom. She's fine.
Call Paula.
Hi, this is Phil.
Paula, tell me your cell phone. She can crack the cell phone number. So she can crack. Oh, I'm not gonna let you get out of practice.
Oh, no. I knew she was busy.
What was that? You're doing what? Oh.
And we know.
This is the time to build up. All right. Yeah, leave messages. Hey, just make them all.
I have this right. Shows you is this your phone?
Okay,
Well, this is free.
Hi, Paula. This is Tammy. I'm just calling to let you know I'm a real estate agent. I'm great. I have a screen little app I'd love to share with you. Can I get your number to text it to you? Is this your cell phone? Yeah, look at so real estate, isn't that great? It's a little odd, but it's a good transition. Can I send that out to you so that you can take a look at it? I really value your Okay, this app is going to give you all my connections, my website, my webpage, all those things. You can call me from it, text me from it. It's basically got all my contact information, as well as just any kind of questions you have. It should be on there. There are a lot of answers. Well, let me keep your name in the future. Maybe you'll have somebody that you know is selling or buying. I'd love to work with you. Yes. Okay. I will send you I will email you an email to bring all this information up and just share it with her so that you can just call her, show her when you're with her. And that way she can get in touch with her. I wrote all small letters at kw.realty.com. Right? And so I have it should be kw.realty.com. Sure can. Let me get your email address.
What's he looking for? You never know who these are. You never know.
I will send that to you. Like I said, I am using this, so if it doesn't drop exactly as I promised, let me know. I'll make sure I get to together.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. All right.
Hey, finish up your call.
Yeah. I can text it to you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Can I set your feet off?
No, it's okay. I just noticed it.
I now feel like the Hindenburg crashing, burn and blow.
No, heavens no. Finish up your last call. I cut Lori Lamb right off. Switch to her, switch it back. She had walked away or something. You're out.
You're out. Bye.
She's probably never gonna get back on it.
It's hard to try to totally get back.
Yeah, I know. That's just something.
What's going on with Lori? No, she had unmuted or something, and whenever there was a noise, it was flipping over to her every time there was a noise.
What kind
So
of
I
echo?
Yeah, something or other was going, so I tried to cut her off.
That's
They
frustrating.
said during the video that it was not, they couldn't understand the video.
Yeah, I think it's because they're hearing it through the speakers instead of through the system. I gotta think about it.
About my time.
Okay, almost done, everybody's almost done, their final call here. If somebody got a lead, raise your hand with your number of fingers that you got a lead from. 1, 2, anybody else get a lead? None? Anybody else get a lead? 2 leads?
Tammy got one from me.
Did you really give her a lead? No, it's not a pretend lead. So this one here, anybody else get a lead? Lisa's closing a deal right now on the phone. Okay, so you guys, how did that feel? Was it a little nervous? That first call, a little nervous? Did you get to the second call? How did the second call feel? A little better, right? And then did you want to get to a third call? How did that feel? It was fine. Like you started to catch a groove, right? You're like, okay, I've said it a couple times, blah, 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 blah. Do you see why scripting before you start calling could possibly help? Get past those first couple calls on practice and then start your lead gen. Because then you're kind of excited because you've got someone else that you scripted through, fumbled, pick up the call. Now, don't let the nerves of that first call keep you from calling. Now, if you have a list of 5 names and you just start to go through them, it also keeps you from struggling because you know who you're going to call next. What about if they didn't answer? Did anybody get that? What did you guys do? Voice message, right? Now they made a great point. Sometimes in this generation, you don't answer the phone or they're at work. Because we want to lead gen for 9 to 11, right? A lot of people are at work. Do they call you back? Can you still send them the mobile app by text? Yeah, and give them a follow-up call. So the text, it just says, hey, this is Lori. Just want to let you know I'm in real estate. I'm going to text you my mobile app, and I'm going to give you, would you give me a call back? And I want to explain it to you. Also, I'd love to send you an instructional video, so I'd love to get your email. Give me a call. Here's my number, blah, blah, blah. Because, again, that's like a practice. I love. If I could only get voicemail, that would be awesome. Because why? It's a 30-second call. How many of you guys got trapped on the chat? It's so hard to get off the chat, right? Because you don't want to be, so Bold teaches you to say this is a business call. The reason is you're trying to set that up. Somebody else said, who was it said from the stage? Hey, I have some business I just want to get out of the way first. They have that little business to get out of the way first. And you go in, and then afterwards say, hey, okay, blah, blah, and you go into the chat afterwards. But by the time you're done, they're probably ready to hang up. But I liked that script better than just going, this is a business call. Well, okay, telemarketer. But the idea is to set, it isn't the words, it's to set the call up to say, I'm not here to chat. Now, if you regularly call your people, will they keep trying to chat with you? No, because you probably haven't called them for a while. That's why they're catching up. So you need to call them regularly once a quarter, every time. If you call them once a quarter and they know you're calling for business because you're looking for business, they'll start to understand that's the call, and you're teaching them then how to make that work. So did that feel pretty good after we got started? So tomorrow, on Wednesday, I need 5 names. You come with 5 names for the lead gen call. Okay? And if you need help, I'm going to talk after class about how to get a list. If you don't know anybody, I'll tell you how to get a list. It's just a lot more call when you do a cold call.
Okay, so this mobile, I don't even know where it is.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. Thank you, Lynn. If you don't know what your mobile app is, do you think you should be sending it to them? No. I need you guys to download this mobile app, and I need you to play with it. You need to be driving around while you're looking for houses and using it as if your customers were using it. Right? You've got to know how to use it. So your mobile app is so they don't go to Zillow. Because if they go to Zillow, what happens? Bill?
They end up talking to the Murdoch and Manwaring Realty Group.
Who are spending thousands of dollars buying leads on Zillow, buying advertising on Zillow so they can capture your customers. When you get to be a big agent and you're trying to build your database, you might buy leads. You guys don't need to. You already know people that aren't using you. You have the opportunities right now. You need to get the clients that are using the Chad Murdoch group and the Hicks group and the Windmiller group because you're in real estate now. Cha-ching.
A lot of times people will say, well, I've got Zillow. But I'd love to point out, on my app, it's straight from the MLS and it gets updated regularly. Lots of things on Zillow aren't even available anymore, you know? So,
Something in addition to that might be to say, oh yeah, I hear some people are still using Zillow.
Ooh. Oh yeah, you're still using. No, don't insult them though. That's what I would.
Well,
oh, you're using Zillow. Dumb.
But you know.
Yeah, but that's right. Oh, some people are still using Zillow, and let me tell you. Oh, I did. You must not have known. Let me tell you. I love that idea. Oh, let me tell you. That's really great. And that idea, you guys, on the mobile app, it's live time. It's live time, which means it's accurate. And a lot of people are trying to get accurate. If the house has a sign in the yard and it's not on your app, it's not active on the market anymore. It's already under contract, pending or not on the market at all. So make sure to tell them that because they do get frustrated. Well, I wanted to see this house and it wasn't on the app. I had an agent that was mad. This isn't right. Well, have you checked online? Because if you as an agent can't figure out that's not on the market anymore and you're frustrated, let's pull this together here. right? The Navica app is for you guys. Your app is for your clients. The Navica app has all the agent information in the background, and you can grab that really easy. You need to get the app in every one of your clients' hands, not just in their phones. They don't even know how to use it. It is so fun. We were in New Orleans, walking through the French Quarter. That mobile app works anywhere in the world. I mean, anywhere in the United States. And I was getting to see all these houses that were for sale. I got to see all the pictures and how much they were listed for. And it was awesome. A lady, Keller Williams agent in Kalispell, had some clients out on Flathead Lake, and they were seeing all these big mansions out on the lake. And one of them was for sale. And I'm like, do you know what it is? And she's like, I don't know where you are or how to find that. And she goes, wait a minute, do you have my mobile app? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, it's GPS based. Just pull it up. It's at the top. And they got to drive around Flathead Lake and look at all the houses for sale. And they loved it. Do you guys love knowing how much your neighbor's houses are for sale when they go up, right? And see the pictures and be nosy? Everyone should have that for that same reason. So you guys need to get using it. So you need to get it open and get using it. Press all the buttons. Make sure it calls you. All of those things, okay? So that's part of your homework. Okay, now, since I am so great at my time management on my class, we're only at page 55. So you guys are going to read the rest. Your homework today will be starting to be at, bless you. You're going to start at page 48. What the rest is talking a lot about time management and calendaring. So I want you to take a look at that. And there's a way to protect, it talks about protecting your time. And it talks about putting together a schedule on your calendar in your phone. I want you guys to go through that. And I want you to come with your calendar time blocked on Wednesday. So you're going to find this in page 54. Now, and we live by our calendars. Bold law, if it's not in your calendar,
Doesn't exist.
doesn't exist. Exactly right. So let's talk about this. Let's see if I've got anything else. Expectations. Okay, so on page 55, it'll show you the 4-week calendar, but basically, if you go in online, you're going to see the calendar, and you're going to know we're Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 to noon. You can come in on Tuesdays and Thursdays and do your missions. If you want to get in the daily lead gen habit, should you do it the same way every day? Should you be in this room every day at 9? Yeah. And you can make your calls, you can get your notes written. So you just made some calls. That means you need to go out either and send them a handwritten note or friend them on Facebook and send them a private message. Your mobile app, once you download your mobile app in your phone, there's a share this app right in the bottom center. You can share that on Facebook. And you can just send them a message from that. Share it. So today, I expect everyone to be sharing their mobile app on their personal Facebook, basically with the same script. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Now, you don't have to have Facebook. These are just tools to find more business. Just tools to find more business. So, sharing our mobile app through Facebook, through text. Now, this is the last thing we're going to do before we close. The reason I'm giving you guys homework to read is this is stuff you can't read in the book. Okay? How many of you guys know what KW Video is? Get out your phones and go to the App Store and look up KW Video. KW Video. Everybody finding it? It looks similar to this somehow, I think, right there. Download now. Everyone downloading now, you're going to have a hard time. While it's downloading, okay, everybody look up here. You can also go in online, but this is a harder way to record your video than through your phone. What it does is you can sign in with your MyKW. When you go in there, you're going to hit Browse Videos, and you're going to search for the free videos. Here are the free videos you don't need a subscription to do. What KW video is these are professionally composed videos that you get to voice over with your voice and your stuff and make a little video.
Hey, Jessica.
Send an awesome video to your clients. Because didn't we just tell them we're going to send them an instructional video on the mobile app?
Right here.
It's going to be you. Here's your next homework. You're going to the My KW app.
Hey, Jessica.
Yes, sir. Yes, Lord. What?
Can you put that on our screen here?
Oh, thank you, Justin. Oh, he's on his phone now. That's why I can hear him so well. Didn't that sound like that, Jessica?
I know.
I told you I was funny. Okay. I learned that from Dick Dillingham. He's my favorite Keller Williams instructor. And he did. Can you see it now, Justin? Justin?
Yes.
Can you see it now?
Yep.
Okay. So let me go back. So he tells everybody through the whole thing, I'm funny, I'm funny. So then you start, he embedded the commands that he's funny. And so you laugh the whole time. So Justin, everybody that saw that, you go right here to KW Video on your phone. When you download the app, you go to the free videos, and we're going to the My KW app. So from here, let's take a look.
I want to take a quick minute to tell you about my mobile app. Finding the perfect home has never been easier with my free KW Real Estate app. You'll get the most accurate real estate information that you won't find on any other app. Simply target an area by drawing a circle or dropping a pinpoint. What? Search for property types with ease and see inside the dream home with full screen photos and property details. This app allows us to connect so I can provide you with great service faster. You can also estimate your home loans with the mortgage calculator. Just visit your app store today to download the free KW Real Estate app. Then search my name and add me as your agent so you can easily stay up to date with any new announcements and listings. Thank you so much for choosing me to be your real estate agent. And with this tool, we'll find your dream home in no time.
Was that an awesome video? So guess what you have to do in the whole thing? The little intro and the little end. Then it's your voice that goes over the rest of it. The mobile app, when you go to do the create, you don't have to do a video, but I need you probably to get over that. And you need to be doing video because that's the way the market works. And if we aren't up with the times, we're in trouble. You do a little video, and you do, hey, this is me, blah, 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 blah. You know, use my video, you write a little script before you do it, or they allow you to put a little business card with your picture and your name and information, and you just talk into it over the picture. And then you can do it that way. So you kind of write your two little scripts, but then it just karaoke's all the stuff over the professional video. And it goes by the, you know, so you just read it that way, and it records it, and it puts the whole video together and puts it on YouTube. Right? Wicked awesome. So where do you find your YouTube channel? It's tied to your MyKW email. So you have a MyKW email, or you have a Gmail, but the MyKW is already set up, and just go in and log into YouTube with your MyKW email, and I think the same username and password as your KW email and Gmail, and you log in, and you'll set that up in the mobile app to link to that YouTube channel, and it will process and put it right there and send you a link with the video you put in and send it via email. Is that awesome? So if you want any training, you go in here also and go into FAQs, and there's some training videos in here. Okay? Right in here, if you go on your YouTube, little training videos, browse videos. Did you notice some other free videos in there you might want to use? What's a good time to do a couple free videos? Ooh, Halloween safety tips. Happy Halloween decor, buying luxury properties. Here's your goal setting. Here's a red report. And all these are karaoke videos that you can do the exact same thing. And these are all free. Something fun to put on your Facebook page. Something fun to send out. All right there. Right? If you get their email address, shouldn't you send out for Halloween tips about 3 days before Halloween? Right? Now you have something to send them that isn't crap. Not that your stuff's crap. I'm sure it's great. So, okay? It is amazing. Okay, so any questions about that? So here is, yes, Lynn? It was a very dramatic question raised.
Or
I got FAQs.
go on that and it's going to tell me.
Yep. Yep. Right here.
Get together and get confused together.
Here it all is. You don't need to subscribe to get a video, but here's how you activate your YouTube channel. How do you link it? How do I create a video? All right there. Yep, all there. But I promise you, once you get in start, it's built for builders. Simple. So, thanks, Stephen. One person. Okay. Yes. What? You laugh?
He just doesn't have a voice to laugh loudly with.
That's also my only other joke. If it's built for realtors, you know that it's simple. So, okay, you guys, so this is what we need to do. You have a lot of homework to do. Now, the reason there's all this homework is I want you working in real estate. I don't want you going home and now going to the soccer game or going home and doing your laundry. I want you generating business. I need you thinking about how I'm going to get business until 5 o'clock, and then you can do you have a job. Let's go to work. Any questions? So tomorrow, 9 o'clock in this room, come in to do your mission. Where do you find the mission? KW Connect, Student Resources and Ignite, exactly right. If you have any questions, go back into KW Connect under CGI. If you have any questions about the calculators in there, you got all of your 4 conversations. How many contacts to make today? 10. 10? 9 now, or if you were 3, 7, right? 10 contacts. 10, what is the daily 10 for?
Nope.
10 handwritten notes or Facebook messages? 2 more.
10.
Nope. Contacts or talk to them. I talk to them. Yep. You have to enter 10 people in your database. Now you can enter them in your database and that counts, but you have to make 10 contacts. Then 10 cards, 10 preview homes. Everyone going on tour tomorrow morning? I guess you won't be here doing your missions. I'll see you after tour. This is a job.
Or not at all.
This is a job, but I'll tell you, this is a fun job. Once it starts getting going, this gets really fun.
On Wednesday, we're supposed to be at the MLS meeting.
The luncheon.
Oh, that's not till yeah. Is that at 11:45?
Yeah.
We'll end early then. We'll end early. Thank you guys for going to that luncheon. I will be there as well. Yeah. So, okay. Any questions on what we need to do?
Okay.
Commit. Your mission is to go in. Number 1, you're going to finish reading. That's today. Finish reading the rest of today's session. You're going to go into KW video. You're going to finish your contacts. Tomorrow, your mission is going into KW Connect and finding your mission from Ignite into the student resources. There is mission 1. This is to be done today. Mission 2 is for tomorrow because that needs to be done by Wednesday. And there's videos to watch and those kind of things. Any questions? It's time to go to work, you guys. I can't wait to hear how many pieces of business. Oh, and enter everything in your daily104.com. Any questions? You have to stay right now and ask me questions. Also, you can call me or Paula.
I'm trying to figure out how to print. I don't have a printer that's up and running yet.
Okay.
And I don't have internet at home, so how do I get it so I can print? I tried going to the Staples.
You can print them here.
Okay.
Yeah. Just get with the girls at the front desk to make sure you get your printer. Yeah, absolutely.
I have no idea.
Yep. Hallie is your resource for all of it. Oh, you guys, by the way, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the amazing Jeff Struken does a power hour, which is script role play and practice, and it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 to 9 down here. So if you want to do script and role play, just show up at 8 and script and role play, and it rolls into 9. And he's awesome at it. Power hour. Okay.
Class code.
Class code. Okay, if you need a class code for CGI, I'm going to generate a class code for you.
Then it's good for you?
If you have any other questions, hit Hallie, hit the girls at the front, hit Paula. We'll get you help. And I'll get everyone entered today with your email addresses. So, thank you remotely. Thank you, Justin. See you guys soon.
Okay.
Please.